This is T.Y. Jackson.
United States Women's Champion Chelsea Green.
How you doing, people?
And I love pro wrestling.
I love pro wrestling.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome to the Brunch Gimmick. I am Lawrence Kurtze. We are live. Another big week in wrestling, as yesterday was AEW Wrestle Dream.
Hi, I'm Maxine Dupree.
And I'm Otis.
Hi, I'm the sweetest pea, Christara.
Mars, the specialist.
And I love wrestling.
And I love pro wrestling.
And we
love wrestling.
Bottoms up, brains on. Welcome to Quizplex here on Love Wrestling, your pro wrestling trivia charity show. My name is Zach Ralph. I will be your host.
This is God's Gift to Wrestling, Michael Richard Blaze.
Yeah, we are the Usos.
This is Rachel Ellering.
And we love wrestling.
And I love
And I love pro wrestling.
Hello, Love Wrestling. It is Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. And you all know what that means.
Well, you better know by now. It's episode 235 of this thing.
I guarantee you there's like an 85% chance that's not an accurate number.
Hi, this is Shaz McKenzie.
This is Big Bad Boris.
This is the Rhinestone Cowboy, Stephen Crow.
And I love pro wrestling.
And I love pro wrestling.
And I love wrestling.
If you're here, thanks for being here. It's for Exposure, Love Wrestling's Independent Weekend podcast, where we break down all the best happenings of the world of the independent wrestling side.
I'm Penta, I'm wrestling, and what?
I'm the alternative Anthony Green.
And I love pro wrestling.
And I love wrestling.
And I love wrestling. I love wrestling. And you know what? Ben Cancero.
That's called scanning, kids. It is 8:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It is time for a excitingly fun, I hope, episode of Saturday Night Love. My name is Big Bad Boy.
I'm Big Ben Ortmans.
Hi, this is Smiley Patty Ray.
I'm Sky.
And I love wrestling.
And I love wrestling.
And I love pro wrestling.
Of course.
Hello, Love Wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Can we start off with the biggest news of the week?
The Rats lost!
If you've got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey!
The man with the finest beard on this screen.
Canadian boys, shut the hell up! Let me talk!
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
Hello, Love Wrestling. It is Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. And you all know what that means.
Nope.
It is another new episode.
Is it?
Of Between Two Beards. It is. And it's a
You
big
promise?
one tonight. Yeah.
You promise? Okay.
Yeah. We got a big wrestling
wonder
show
what we were
happening
doing
this
here.
Sunday. We got one of our favorite guests on who's going to be popping on in a few minutes.
We got big wrestling shows happen all weekend.
We do.
Again,
We
another
do.
one of these just champagne.
Loaded weekends.
Aye,
Loaded
aye,
weekends.
aye.
We do got some big wrestling things happening. And we are less than 2 weeks away from the NFL season. So we're going to be talking some NFL football.
Isn't it like
ourselves a
next
little NFL
week?
preview. It's a week. No, it was 2 weeks from yesterday. Because it starts on a Wednesday. Because why would it start on a Wednesday?
But my New England Patriots open the season on Wednesday, September 9th.
It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Patriots football.
Why? Why Wednesday? It's been Thursday for the last 15 years. Why is it Wednesday? Anyway.
Because are they going to have a Thursday night game?
Yeah, of course. And a Friday night game.
That's what I'm saying. They're doing like the whole week.
And Sunday.
Yeah.
Bullshit. I love football. I'm never going to get enough football. It doesn't need to be on every night of the week, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
That'd be well. We're actually like 2 days away from college football, week 0, which there's not a lot of exciting games on. But
no, but I mean, it's still the
hot
start. And
hot take. I haven't put it out on the internet at all yet because I've been slacking today. I think Bill Belichick's going to get fired before week 6.
Before week 6
in North Carolina, I think he's going to get canned.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what? Yeah. Yeah, I don't. I listen. I'm not going to sit here. Our guest very much loves college football as well. I watch college football because I love the sport of football. But I'm in the Northeast. We don't give a shit about college football at all. We don't give a shit about college sports. Ice hockey in the winter we do. Not me personally, but as a region, I feel like we do. But yeah, college football is not a big deal up in these parts. But obviously, I feel like you like college football better than pro football.
Yes, I do. I like
and that
the
is not an
pageantry.
uncommon. That is not an uncommon thing. I feel.
I like pro football. I just like college. You know, the sights, the sounds, the pageantry, the rivalries, like all that goes into it. I just like, and I'll watch. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll sit there on a Sunday and watch football all day. Don't get me wrong, but I love a nice I loved it a little bit more when it wasn't broken, and you had
it is bad. It is bad.
Yeah,
well, we can talk about, but let's.
But yeah, we can. We're taking up all the good airtime for our wonderful guest that we have on every time around this. We have him on a few times throughout the football season. He's become somewhat of our NFL expert. The one, the only Jeff Hawkins, the face he's making backstage when I said NFL expert. Yeah.
Get paid. Get
There we go.
paid. Get paid. Get paid.
Yeah. What's that?
My life.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to do that. To be honest
Play
with you.
college football. That's
I guess.
Not only that, play college football, then go to the pros, then come
get
back
cut,
to
and then
college.
just go back.
Go back.
Well, it's not like you have to go back to school when you go to LSU. I mean,
listen. That is a whole. Again,
I'm
I
so
don't
happy.
know. I have always stood by the fact that the players should get paid in college football. That is no debate. The amount of money they bring in for those I've always been about that, but I cannot envision that this is how they thought it was supposed to go when they decided to do this.
Well,
it is the wild, wild west.
You open up this can of worms, and the NCAA is just like, well, we're just going to let whatever happen. See what happens. We were the voice of reason here, but I will say for the Lane Kiffin thing in the LSU, I'm not a Lane Kiffin guy by any stretch, but I'm so happy he's in LSU because weekly he says something so out of pocket that I just go, oh, okay. I'm so happy he's a part of college football.
Yeah. I mean, that's called. Yeah. I don't know. My opinion on that is once you declare for the pros, if you make it, you make it. If you don't, tough luck, pal. I don't know how you should be able to go back to. I'm just going to go back to college and play down there again. What? No, you already decided to leave. You said that was over. I don't know how that's. But anyway, I digress.
My favorite wording I heard this week on that whole fiasco is because it's been happening in college basketball quite a bit this past year, but it's new to college football. Was that some lawyer was trying to argue that it's not an SEC to SEC transfer. It's an SEC to NFL to SEC school transfer. Because in the SEC, you're not allowed to transfer within the same schools in a certain portal. Like one of the spring portal, you're not allowed to go from school to school in the SEC. And some lawyer's like, well, technically he went to the NFL. Then he's coming back.
So he didn't go to LSU the first time. He was on a different team.
No, he was on Ole Miss. He was Ole Miss.
Oh, with Lane Kiffin. So
now he's trying to go to LSU.
Got it. That's fun.
Yeah.
Jeff, how are you, pal? How we doing?
I'm doing well. I'm just listening to you two guys chirp about college sports, and I realize I can't give an opinion because I'm such a purist. I want to just go back. Don't pay the players. It's scholarships. Your reward is going to a university you couldn't get into. But I'm also an academic snob, and I played for a team that we were in nerd school. I played 1 year of walk-on at UVA. I can't give any expertise about such things necessarily, but I don't know. I don't like transfer portals. I think college kids having agents is way too much. And it's like, well, now the corruption's out in the open. And I go, yeah, now the corruption's out in the open.
Yeah.
And it makes it so much worse.
Yeah. It's
like no kid gets a chance to learn the system because they have people in their ears chirping, well, this is hurting your pro stock. And I'm here to tell you, every kid on a college team thinks they're going pro.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm not getting playing time my freshman year. I need to transfer. No, maybe you just need to grow into your body and learn the system a little.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure.
And
I think there's a lot of pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
The cons are really showing through lately.
Oh yeah.
That's the part that bothers me. There was there was I think he's at Florida State now, but there was a good quarterback that was on BC, and BC's terrible. But there was a good quarterback that was there, and Billy O'Brien, the former head coach and whatever, right. He got the job a couple years ago, and the quarterback, from what the report said, was a little bit diva-ish, and he didn't like the way O'Brien was coaching him too tough or whatever. So O'Brien benched him, and he played a different kid. We won a couple games with the different kid. And that quarterback halfway through the year said, all right, I'm hitting the transfer portal. I'm not playing for you anymore. And just said, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And then the next year he was on Florida State. And in my brain, I am like, what are you learning there as a human? What are you learning there? Because you're learning, this didn't go well, so let me just run somewhere else where everything is given to me again. And not working hard to get the fucking job back. And it's that type of mentality to me where I'm like,
the first F-bomb of the night,
it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. That is some anger. For a guy that doesn't like college football, you are passionate, sir.
It bothers me. Because listen, guys, like at some point in your life, whether you're a pro football player or you're working at the supermarket, something's not going to go your way, and you can't just run to the next job every time. You got to figure it out sometimes, and whatever, it's part of life. And this just is an easy way for kids to go, I don't like my situation. I'm out. I'm going over here. See you later. And it's like, well, what are you really learning there from a character standpoint of like being a human?
Well,
that's what bothers me.
What they lose in character, they gain in their checkbook.
Well, yes.
Yeah. $5 million. I don't need to do shit. What are you talking about, bro?
We didn't come here to play school.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I don't know. That part of it bothers me. But
it
anyway,
does.
I digress. But yeah, so I don't know. Obviously, we're going to be talking a lot of All In. We're going to be previewing that show this weekend. We're going to talk some AEW in general. We are going to give a full NFL preview of how we're feeling about the season, what teams we think we're going to be good, what teams are going to regress, where we, our early predictions and all the fun stuff that we normally do whenever we get together around the start of football year. I say, why don't we start with the wrestling?
Okay.
We'll start with the AEW Dynamite last night, the go-home show. A little underwhelming, some things on there. And, me, Pluggo, and our pal Drew Nicholas do the post show over on our pal Body Slam, Dynamite Up. And Drew, we all were kind of in agreement, but Drew was like, I found it puzzling that the world champion wasn't on the program. They cut that big angle last week. He finally, officially turns heel on Will, drives him through a table, and he's just not there.
That was so dumb, by the way.
He's just not there.
I find this entire world title build baffling because for years we have heard from AEW faithful when there's not a story, that the story is they just want to see who is the best. And if there's any program that needs the super fight, they just want to see who the best is and doesn't need heat or passive aggressive barbs or anything like that. You just need two guys who are really good wrestlers being really good and saying, I'm the best wrestler. It's this one. This should be, and I've said this in other territories, I think they've burned money with this feud. I think this should be one of those things that turns around your company to a push to number one. And they've blown it. And it's been unfocused. Will Ospreay has 4 different motivations in this thing. You know, he's self-doubting again, because that's what we need, is another self-doubt Will Ospreay feud. Because the Tiger Driver and his neck, and can he win the big one, before. Now it has to be Kenny. And he looks at Kenny and goes, I respect you, but you talked about my son. When all he said was, your son's going to need another hero. And then he's also going into I'm going to be the first British guy crowned champion in Britain. That would have been a fun one to just do and focus on that. And you could have used the son thing and said, yeah, my son's going to have a new hero. The champion of Britain, the champion of AEW, boom, you got it. But instead, we started doing passive-aggressive things. And, you were self-doubting yourself, Kenny. And now Will is self-doubting himself. And, we had to get the Death Riders out of there, and we just add the Don Callis family in random. It's been a mess when it was the easiest build to be in the world. You want both sides of your stadium chanting, let's go Will, let's go Kenny. Mm-hmm. And we couldn't get there. And I don't understand it. And it's just, I think they're going to go back to MJF in 3 months, to be honest with you, but we'll see.
I think... Okay, yeah, go play.
I was just going to say, I'm with you, Jeff. I'm kind of like when Omega turned heel, it was like this kind of half-ass heel turn where he still respects Kenny and respects Omega, Ospreay, whatever his name is. The too many O's. That's part of the problem too. No, I would have. You got to go all in with that then. Like, no pun intended. You got to have like Omega just absolutely just making Will's life miserable week in and week out and being just a super asshole of a heel instead of like, I'm going to come save you when the Don Callis family beats you up, and I'm going to pretend to hit you with a pipe, but I'm not actually going to do it. And I'm like, just do it, man. And then, because I think the people in London want, like you said, I think they do. They want to cheer Omega, and I think we talked about it a little last night, JPJ. I think that's why they didn't have him on the show. Because those people in Scotland would have cheered.
Yeah, and exactly. And like last week's thing, it was, okay, Kenny is in a 6-man against the Don Callis family. They start beating on him and saying, break his neck, which isn't good. Will Ospreay waits until after the beatdown to go, oh, hey, now I want to talk to you about that stuff you were saying backstage to me. He's being a jerk. And then Kenny decides to be an even bigger jerk and do a one-winged angel through the table. The problem has been neither guy has been terribly likable in this feud. And it's one of those things where I'm just like, guys, this is Hogan and the Warrior. This is actually, I mean, in a different way, it's Flair Dusty in a way. I mean, this is the biggest title program your company's had in 4 years, I think. And why is there no big media blitz about this? Why are we only getting hits here and there? This should have been shoved down my throat for 6 months to the point where I am champing at the bit to see this resolve finally. And I'm just like, well, it's going to be a good match. That's it. It'll be a great match, but it's like the heat isn't there for me. The anticipation isn't there for me. It's okay. It's all in. We're going to do this giant card here. Yeah. It's not going to be industry changing if Will wins necessarily, I don't think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like they want, like you said, you want that stadium to be both cheering for Kenny and Will, like half and half or whatever. But it feels like AEW wants them to be 1,000% behind Will, which is kind of what, the English boy, they leaning heavy into, that thing they did on Collision last week, which I actually liked with Nigel and him and that like mentor speech, like you're the best guy that's ever come out of here. You got to go do it. Like your career like how you're viewed is going to depend on what happens in that match. And I like that segment, but it feels like AEW wants this to be like everybody wants Will to be this crowning golden boy achievement that we're getting on Sunday. And I don't know if everybody's going to be there.
Okay, well, no, but they needed to tell that story, and they didn't because Will never ran through the Death Riders.
No.
And to do that clean break, because I thought that was a Point Break storyline with Will playing Keanu Reeves and Moxley kind of playing Patrick Swayze there. And so you finally go through them and do that. No, instead he turns around and goes, I kind of liked being a Death Rider. And you're like, no, you're the golden boy. Don't do this.
Yeah.
That line frustrated me more than anything else in this feud. I was like, it's like, okay, we're shining him up. Babyface. I kind of liked being a Death Rider. Oh, and hurting people? Nice job, Will.
Yeah.
Baby faces aren't supposed to like that kind of stuff.
No.
I don't want to derail the show too hard here, but I gotta dispute Zach. Always comments. We love having Zach in the comments, but he told us on Saturday on For Exposure it was National Peach Day.
Wow.
So is it actually
National Peach?
Is there two National Peaches, different peaches? Is it like, because I asked Mars the specialist when he popped on if he likes eating peaches, and he said
peaches are delicious.
Yeah, but
as the late great Dolly Parton said about bald guys, just because you've lost all your fuzz doesn't mean you can't be a peach.
There you go.
R.I.P.
Right. Living legend Dolly Parton. Well, heavy hitters in a row. Then you had Tim Curry, the guy that did the voice of Optimus Prime, passed away today. What the hell? But Dolly Parton,
stolen credit card. Still, it's Home Alone 2 for me.
Home Alone 2. There it is.
Tim Curry's best stuff I thought was
Clue. It was very good.
Great.
Yeah, Clue. And
also,
Rocky Horror is a
if you can watch it though, season 2 of a show called Wise Guy from the 80s.
Okay.
He plays a corrupt record executive, and he's fantastic in it.
Yeah,
Nice.
It and Pennywise was a name we didn't talk. We didn't. Yep, fantastic stuff. Really good.
He's really good in Willow.
Yeah. I think we were talking about it last night a little bit, and Pluggo and I are right around 40, and I was like, well, like for our age range, like Home Alone 2 was really the first time probably most of us saw him, and he's so funny and great in that movie. It's just spectacular. Is
that a Brewers jersey?
It is a Bob Uecker Brewers.
Okay. All right, I'll let him.
Well, no, the Brewers were the team of my youth.
There we go.
Go Cubs, go, baby. I hate the Brewers though.
When they were in the American League, and it's I root for poverty teams, Pluggo. So when we're good, I have to root for them. Although I still have a Dodgers jersey for when I go to the ballpark here. So
fair.
I don't hate the Brewers as much as they're my in-division rivals. Like I'm not like anti.
It's weird for me because I think they and the Astros should switch. I think the Astros should be in the National League and the Brewers should be in the American League. But
that would be
my whole youth they were in the American League. John Jaha, he used to hit nukes at Fenway and bat in practice.
I grew up a Molitor fan.
So all right,
I just watched Mr. 3000 yesterday.
Starring Tony Kornheiser.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
Mr. 3000, not great, but not bad. A decent baseball movie, I would say. It's no Fever Pitch and that terrible piece of trash.
It's no Rookie of the Year.
No, Rookie of the Year is.
I watched that today. I was watching that today, and then I turned on Friday Night Lights afterwards.
The movie or the TV show?
A movie. I've never seen the TV show.
Both good, but the TV show is
can't be better. That movie's fantastic.
The movie's really, really good.
That's the one movie I've seen 100,000 times, and I still think he's going to get across the goal line at the end. Spoiler alert.
They've never really made a great football movie, have they?
You don't think so? I think Remember the Titans is pretty close.
I thought Remember the Titans was a little bit of cheese, to be honest with you.
I think Rudy's a bit overrated. Pluggo, don't hate me.
Rudy's a bit overrated.
I think Rudy is a bit overrated as a movie.
Are we just gonna take shots at me today? We read together.
I said no.
Sneaky good football movie is North Dallas 40. If you've
not bad. I liked Unnecessary Roughness, even though it was a little. But I thought that was like a good older football movie. But Friday Night Lights the movie is like really pretty good.
Like the program is way too over the top. Any given Sunday is a little bit too Oliver Stone wants to.
I thought the original Longest Yard is very good.
Yes, I like that one a lot too. Horse Feathers by the Marx Brothers is a pretty good college football movie.
Yeah.
I'm still processing Rudy being overrated.
That doesn't mean it. That doesn't mean I said it's bad. I just said it's a little overrated. I just said it's a little overrated.
It's a little saccharine-y, Pluggo. That's
all.
That's fair. That is fair. I did watch it recently. Like 'cause every college football season, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And this last go around, I was like, some of this I was like,
Also, I mean, I have a hot take.
Mass boy spit. We're talking anything and everything on this program.
Now we're just kind of going anywhere. But
whatever. What do you want to talk about?
When we're talking about sports movies, we're talking about all. I think Field of Dreams is one of the most overrated movies ever made.
Yeah,
ever made. I think it is not. I don't even have it in my top 5 baseball movies. I don't. The Sandlot, Always and Forever is the best.
I've never seen The Sandlot.
What? How is that possible?
The Sandlot, but like, you know,
so is it.
Bull Durham is wonderful. A League of Their Own is tremendous.
Major League,
the original one is great. Rookie of the Year, I think Little Big League doesn't get enough. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
The original Bad News Bears.
Bad News Bears, yeah, with Matthew. Yeah, there's a bunch of baseball movies. Oddly enough, I think the best sport that had movies is boxing. I think some of the best movies, Raging Bull. I think some of like the best pure like movies involve boxing. But anyway, I could talk about sports movies all day. But let's go all in.
Did you see that one ever?
Which one? Which one? So we losing? No, we're here.
Oh, we're here. The Great White Hype.
Oh yeah, tremendous. Antonio Banderas. Yeah, that's really good.
$5 for the clean cut white boy.
Yeah.
Never seen that one.
Oh, good. Woody Harrelson, Antonio Banderas, very good. No, that's with Peter Berg, isn't it? The Great White Hype.
Peter Berg and Damon Wayans.
Yes. All right.
Samuel L. Jackson playing.
That's
Don
right.
King.
That's right.
Diggstown is also a good one with James Woods and Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah.
Also, what's the one where James Earl Jones plays Jack Johnson?
Oh, yeah. I've seen that one. Oh, what? Yeah. Cinderella Man with Russell Crowe is another good one. That's a good one.
Right. Because boxing is
just emotional.
It's a one-on-one sport type thing. So it's,
$1 Million Baby was really good. Rocky, obviously. Boxing has some real good ones. But all right. So we touched on the world title match, the main event. Obviously, like more of the story, more of the lead.
Major League 3. No, I'm just kidding.
Listen, back to the minors with the bacula, bro. Don't knock it. Don't knock it.
No, Major League 3 was better than Major League 2.
No, Major League 2 is awesome, but they're both good. I love Major League 2, but
back to the minors with bacula, and it has what's the guy that's kind of popular now in a ton of shows? Walter Goggins. He's in that as the young stud. He's the young stud of the team that has a bad attitude.
Downtown.
Brewster's Millions is an underrated baseball movie. There's one.
Yeah. Hardball with Keanu Reeves. It's sad as hell, but that's a good one.
Oh, Hardball's good. Yeah. So
all right, back to All In.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we'll just start here, I guess. But the
rookie with Dennis Quaid. I'm sorry. I'm just messing with you.
We can keep going.
I know. Now I'm just doing the bit. But go.
Trouble with the Curve. Yeah, sure.
It's funny because Field of Dreams is like the one that gets the most pub, but that's the worst of the Costner baseball movies. Like by leaps and bounds, the worst.
For Love of the Game.
For the Love of the Game is awesome.
For Love of the Game.
Awesome.
Upside of Anger, does that count?
The one with Sean Astin, the final season, or that one where he coaches.
All right, shut up and get to All In.
The Replacements. The Replacements with David Spade. Not the Replacements. What's the
Bench Warmers?
Bench Warmers. That's right. And Napoleon Dynamite? Come on now.
What's the one when Keanu Reeves where the kid dies?
Yes, Hardball. That's super sad.
The three ninjas, they have baseball throughout the whole movie.
The three ninjas, yeah.
All right, damn it.
Anyway, all right. The whole show could turn into this, guys, if we don't stop. I swear to God. All right. We talked about how we didn't necessarily
off the wagon.
We didn't necessarily.
I'm sure Air Bud did a baseball movie at one point.
Sure.
All right. They're bringing that shit back. Oh, go ahead.
Yes, they are. They are.
All in, baby. We're getting there.
we all
we
think
we should never get back to All In.
Exactly,
never
get to it.
Show.
Just exactly do this right into the NFL talk, and then that's it. We never actually talk about All In. Do any of us think that Will's not winning on Sunday though?
I think there's a 20% chance Kenny joins the Don Callis family and Screwdriver.
All right.
I think a Screwdriver is coming into play, but I think Will Ospreay overcomes it.
He's going to overcome the dastardly Screwdriver. I've been on this I don't want to say that like I'm predicting it, but there is this weird it would be more of an intrigue for him to come up short in the big game.
It would be dumb as fuck.
It would be, but there is this oh my God, he couldn't get it done at Wembley, and this makes this whole thing because it is easy.
There's no resale value for him then getting it the next year in Wembley because Wembley's already declining in attendance from the past 2 Wembley shows. So
yeah, so they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it, but I do think there's this fun little wrinkle of he just couldn't win the big one, couldn't get it done in the Super Bowl because he keeps saying this is a Super Bowl, and not everybody wins the Super Bowl, Jeff.
Wow.
Was that a Bengals knock?
That was a
Bengals knock?
That was a Bengals knock, and I'm just gonna sit here and take it, and I'm gonna go. Okay, keep going with your show, Pluggo.
Oh,
the dryer turned on.
The dryer turned on. He got fired up. But yeah, he's winning. They're gonna have that moment. The intrigue is where we go from there, how they get there, what's gonna happen, who's gonna get involved. I've been pretty adamant that Will Ospreay kind of left the Death Riders pretty easy.
Too easily.
They're just oh, you don't want to be a part of our gang anymore? All right, cool.
Oh yeah.
And I don't so they're gonna get involved.
I don't think they get involved, but I think they're gonna get involved. It's gonna be the Wednesday after. I think Moxley is gonna be one of his first opponents.
And I think Moxley should be his first opponent. I think that I feel like he should have left the Death Ride, in the way that they're just not talking about it at all, really. They don't bring it up anymore, or they haven't recently. And I get it, you got to focus on Kenny and Will, but I don't know, that it just feels very odd the way that he just left and the Death Riders were seemingly okay about it. They were upset about it for a week, and then we're all right, cool.
That's not how gangs work.
And it's just now they don't even mention it, and it's I feel like Moxley should drop him after he wins the title.
Pluggo, tell us how gangs work.
Yeah.
Listen. Don't let this fun, bubbly exterior fool you.
Where'd you do time? Tell me about that.
You don't see the teardrop? You never met him in real life? There's a teardrop under there.
I rode public transportation. I'm hard. No. But also you see it in every there's you don't just join the gang and then just get to walk freely. That just doesn't happen.
My opinion, and I don't know if you're going one by one or you just want to talk, but I think
we're just talking here.
Look, the worst booked thing about All In right now is this Jon Moxley Continental Cup run where he's playing underdog babyface in every match, even though he's a heel. It's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. But I think they're going to hit the dismount because I think he's breaking Nigel's ankle and going on to win this tournament, and then they're going to use that as sympathy to then fuel the Will feud. So I think that's what happens.
That's fair.
I got my life together, Fernando.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, and I actually
Fernando's in the chat. He loves me.
Yeah, Fernando's in the chat. Yes, when you popped on, he said, "Oh, this guy," with a bunch of crying.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, Fernando will have a good time. All right, so you just kind of mentioned it. Obviously, I think Will's winning. I don't think it's really that close of a debate. I don't think they'd be leaning as hard into a British wrestler never winning the world title in Britain as much as they were if they weren't going to do that. Last night we were talking about it, and I was like, remember how we felt last year sometimes when the Death Riders were winning, when Moxley was continuously winning a few of those world title matches, and we'd come on to the post shows and be like, what the hell is going on? I feel like that arena, if Will were not to win, would not feel great about it. And I just feel like it just wouldn't be a good time. So I think Will, they're going to crown him. It's going to be his crowning achievement. That is what it is. As far as the finals go, I've been saying for a few weeks, I think that Nigel loses and then Nigel retires.
Yeah.
I think Nigel's going to retire. You adding the broken, I think that's how the ankle injury is going to be the reason he loses. Mox will get him to tap out with the ankle.
The match in Wembley against a guy he trained with originally in 2006 in Heartland Wrestling. This is the Les Thatcher special. This is his reward, and this is his goodbye. I couldn't see him wanting to do it any other way.
Yeah, and I just think that's what's going to happen. But I don't think that Nigel's taking that title off Moxley. Moxley's going to win. It is, the tournament was fun. I mean, it's fine. I don't know why we need another tournament.
Baffling.
Yeah, I don't know why you need another turn. The matches were fine. It was all right. But you already have the Continental Classic. I don't know why we needed another thing. I get that happens in the winter. Fine. But Moxley is at a big enough stature. You could have just got him a feud heading into this, and you could have done a CC for the women, or you could have done a tournament like this for something else, tag teams, trios. What you didn't have to do a second thing for the Continental Cup when you already got the main.
You could have had Mox just say, "I'm going to do a Continental Cup Open Challenge," and Nigel's music hits, and you get a huge pop.
You could have just done it different ways.
Because this to me, they did it kind of backwards, right? Like Jack Perry in the first round with Mox, you're like, that's a hell of a match. That could have been like a quarterfinal. Jay White was somebody I think a lot of us thought that guy
would be in this match on Sunday.
It was just kind of, and then everybody loves an underdog story, but at the end of the day, Mox isn't losing this thing.
No.
I don't know who he loses to in the future and how we get there.
But this was, you can tell Mox gets to choose who he wants to work with, and I think he wanted to work with the guy that he trained with. The last time they were in matches together was 20 years ago. So yeah. I think that this was just something he wanted to do. Let's figure out a way to get there. Let's do a tournament. Okay, cool. I'll play scrappy underdog to Jay White and Jungle Boy.
That's right. Okay. We'll see whose ankle holds up the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Battle of the ankles.
Announced today though. Apparently it's going to be on the pre-show, so you're going to have potentially this big-ass debut on the pre-show. But announced today on the call for All In, Tony Khan said we are going to have a Casino Trios Royale Roulette match for the AEW World Trios Championships. Obviously, Hangman and Brodito are involved as they'll be defending the titles. The teams that are also in it, we have the Bang Bang Gang, Jay White, and the Guns. We have the Conglomeration, which is Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly. We have the Death Riders, which are Claudio Castagnoli, Pac, and Wheeler Yuta. We have the Demand. We have the Dogs, with now that Gabe Kidd is back. And then we have a wild card entrant, which a lot of people are obviously going to think it is Swerve and the potential debut of the New Day, or whatever they're going to be called, Daybreak, Creed, KSM, Kofi. The fact that it's on the pre-show, which they've done big, Paige made her debut, I think, on a pre-show in London. At all. They've done it before. The
that
match
would be
going to be crazy.
Criminal.
But I feel like if you got a team like the New Day, I don't think that's pre-show stuff. But I can't see it being anybody else for that while. Maybe we see them on the main card a little bit later when we get to another match afterwards. Maybe. But I feel like that would be crazy to debut that on the pre-show.
If they were going to do that, they should just plug them on Dynamite. And then, hey, they're coming. They're going to be here on Dynamite. Or they're going to be here on the pre-show. But, I've had a few arguments with people about this because they think that, hey, if you debut them on the pre-show and this bleeds into the main show, then you'll get buys that way. I don't buy that. I thought possibly because just the bafflingness of Swerve versus Perry as the main event for last night's Dynamite, I thought maybe they decided to call an audible and that Jurassic Express would somehow be Swerve's partners and they'd save Daybreak for post Cope Christian versus the Bucks.
Yeah.
Which seems like the more logical place to put them because
that's where I would put them.
If they're in this, and they should have just called this match the Big Mess. If they're in the Big Mess, They should win the trios titles right there, which seems kind of odd right now because he just put them on Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's which?
Yes.
Which one's which, Jeff? Which one's the good, the bad, and the ugly?
Well, Hangman's obviously bad because he went to Virginia Tech. So
fair.
That's a fair. Listen,
I like it.
It's a fair reason.
But yeah, I think surprises in AEW now are overrated because there's nothing that's really going to move business anymore. I just don't. I mean, there's not a big enough star out there. Unless John Cena or Dwayne came over and signed with AEW, there's not a guy who's gonna, oh my God, I can't believe he's over here right now type of thing. The surprises are gonna be, oh good, he's over here or she's over here. If Aunt Pam decides to jump ship, which I have thoughts on that, but I don't think she is, and I have this weird my Babe Ruth shot call, if it comes true, is that this match is Mercedes' last match in AEW.
Really?
Whoa.
Wow.
But I don't have anything, any sources or anything like that. I don't know her contract status. I just think that this is it for her, possibly. And that she's going to 90 days after All In is Survivor Series. And I know they don't have 90-day clauses on their contract, but you could negotiate a 90-day clause if you wanted an early release.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. I think Bayley's going back to WWE, though. So, back to All In. Yeah, I just don't. Why would you waste this big of a debut on the pre-show necessarily? I just don't see that.
Yeah, it's very bizarre that this is potentially, as of right now, on the pre-show, especially if that is going to be the wild card entrant. I mean, I'm kind of thinking it is going to be them, though. I don't know who else it would be. I don't think
somebody British. I was thinking it was going to be like Mark Haskins and who's the mod kid that was with him, the Social Club crew that was on NXT UK.
Oh yeah.
Webster, Flash Morgan.
Yes, Flash Morgan, Webster, and Haskins.
Got it.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, Rich, but I didn't want to. I made my pick before the show. JPJ is on we're in a fantasy draft where the rookie draft is going on right now.
I'm a professional. I will make that pick when
I've got 75.
On my show.
I got 3 straight picks coming up here to round this thing out. Don't kid like that, Rich. Just
unbelievable.
Yeah. Get your shit straight. Get your priorities straight.
My priorities are straight. I'm on the show right now.
I will say I didn't know mine was set to auto draft, and it picked 2 picks for me, and I was like,
well, that's never good. That's never good.
They didn't end up being bad picks. There was some Patriots tight end that they took, some rookie Patriots tight end, and I was like, I would have never drafted him in a million years. So, okay.
There you go.
But
I don't play Rotoball because I can't root for players on teams I hate.
That's fair. That's fair. You will notice on my team, I do not have any Pittsburgh Steelers. But I don't know. But
Rich said, all in is going to be dope, but RP Larry. Okay. All right.
Last
there
man
it is.
standing match coming up at the end of the month between those
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Yeah.
Tomorrow
not
night.
literally tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Rich, we love you both. So, that's what I'll say there. But I think even if it is the New Day and Swerve, I don't think they win this match because I think, like you said, we can go from this right into the World Tag Title match. Because my thing is, I think the Young Bucks are going to win the tag titles. I think they're going to beat Copeland and Christian, and then I think the right spot would be for the New Day to just come out there and have the face-off. And it's like, okay, here we go. New Day, Young Bucks. This is the match we want, kind of thing. Like, I think that's more impactful than them showing up in a trios match kind of out of nowhere with no reason or story.
Well, the problem with that is I think there's a post-match angle with Cope and Christian where Christian finally just turns back on Cope, and I don't know if they do that on a Wednesday. I don't know if they do that right after the match or on the next show, but I think they're going to do that. When they were saying that they had pay-per-views and matches named after them, I thought they were going to make this a TLC match.
Yeah, I thought they were too.
I had the fear of God in me of having to watch 2 50-year-old men do a TLC match.
Yeah.
And I don't
it was
think
the last time Cope pushed it to that far, he broke his leg.
No, yeah, but Like, there are certain sources that are saying, oh, well, that's on the horizon. I'm like, there is no way in hell they're going to do a TLC match with this team and possibly FTR and 40-somethings Kofi and Xavier Woods, or at least around that age. That's a young man's game so that they can eventually recover. You get hurt doing those types of things at my age. Yeah. Christian and Cope are my age, and I just don't want to see that.
Yeah. So who teams with Swerve? Because I find it crazy that he wouldn't be on the All-In card.
Yeah, I still think it's going to be Swerve in the New Day. I feel like statistically that's probably the safest bet. I just don't know why you do that in the pre-show. That just makes no sense.
If it's not them, it's Jurassic Express due to the fist.
Something like
Or Jungle Jack and Ilya Dragunov.
Could it be the Hurt Business with Swerve?
It could be the Hurt Business with Swerve. That's a good call.
Sorry, the Hurt Syndicate, whatever. I'm just calling them the Hurt, whatever. Yeah, but it could. I feel like
you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. But
nobody stopped
somebody
you.
on the internet would be like, "You fucking idiot! Oh, they're not in WWE."
I'd be like, you know what? I am a fucking idiot. Fight me.
Yeah, but I could see it being them if they don't want to do the surprise there and hold it off. I think that would make sense.
That would be that'd be good.
But
and especially given their thing of, oh, they're teaming with people and then they walk out on people.
Yes, I could see it. Either way, though, I didn't think they were going to win. I think this is either Hangman and Brodito retaining, or I could see now that Gabe Kidd's back, I could see the Dogs winning this.
God, no. Don't put it back on the Dogs. This
is
fine.
I feel like they haven't given the Dogs a chance. They lose everything from they make them look good. Like, they look good. They beat up people, and then they have big matches, and they lose every single one of them.
Yeah, get them to cut better promos, and then I'll.
That's fair. Well, Gabe Kidd's back. He's a pretty good promo.
Yeah,
for the most part. Yeah. So I don't know, but I think probably Hangman and Brodito retain and they carry it a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, why would you put it on them just to have them lose in this big match? You could have kept it on the Demand and had them lose.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
It's fair. That's fair. All right, so we have that Royal Roulette, and then we also have a men's casino gauntlet match for the you'll get a future AEW World Championship match. We know Andrade is the first entrant. We know Maxwell Jacob Friedman is the second entrant.
How you know?
And then I thought that was actually a pretty
Wikipedia
fun. Yeah, I think that was a fun. That was a pretty fun segment last night on that show with MJF and Andrade. But we also know Tommaso Ciampa's in this match. We found out last night that Chris Jericho and Mark Davis have also entered this match. First of all, I know it's been a while since you've been on here, Jeff. I fucking love Mark Davis. I love him. He's an old school type of guy. I love him. Been one of my favorites since he's gone on this.
His promo confused me because I thought, why is Jake Doyle talking right now? Because he just lost a 6-man.
Yeah.
Here's another prop bet for this thing. It's going to start out with Andrade hitting that back elbow and getting a 2.5 count on MJF.
Right out the shoe.
Right out the shoe.
I like it.
Boy, I would wish it would be only these two and we don't see any of the other guys in there, but now the other guys have to come in there, but it's still going to be Andrade's going to pin MJF, and then MJF's eventually going to win the title shot back from Andrade, and then Andrade's going to win the Dynamite Diamond Ring eventually.
So you have Andrade winning this.
Right.
Okay. Pluggo, what are you thinking?
It's either MJF or Andrade. I think the rest of it's just filler, right? To have some fun and throw some variables in there, and then you don't have to do a clean win either way. But I still kind of stuck on this. Like, what's the point of MJF flaunting around with that title belt, talking about he's the one true champion if he's not going to win this thing and then challenge your actual champion?
Let me push back on that. What's the point of him having this belt and then having to enter something like this to get a title shot? He's saying he's the real champion and he never lost it fairly. That should be enough for a title shot.
I agree. I'm with you. So that's why I don't know what the whole point of this is. But yeah, it's going to come down to MJF or Andrade, and I'm leaning MJF. But
yeah, I'm leaning MJF as well. I just feel like he usually finds a way to win things like this. It feels like it will be. I do agree with you when you said it earlier. I do think MJF is probably getting the world title by the end of the year again, probably at some point. And I feel like this, I don't think it'll be right away versus Will. Like if he wins this and he goes right after Will, I do think Will probably beats him that first time probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It is going to be either Andrade or MJF. I feel like until I see MJF kind of lose one of these type of things, I'm just going to lean with him.
And I would bet all of Pluggo's money that Ilya Dragunov shows off.
I think that's a strong expectation.
You ain't gonna make a lot, dude. Because I don't have. Even if you had like really good odds, I don't have a lot of money.
No, it's fine. I'll sell your Funkos.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
No.
Collateral.
I don't think I'm gonna get great odds on that because I think it's so obvious he's coming in, given like all the stories and stuff about that you'd get your money back with a nickel of interest. I think.
Yeah. But I do expect Dragunov to be a nice little surprise in this match. It's kind of a no-brainer signing.
Any other appearances that might shock us? Is there a possibility that Adam Cole shows up?
I mean, I would root for that, obviously. I don't know where he's at. It's been very quiet about Adam Cole in general since last year, or when he
nice to see him, though.
It certainly would.
Where's Britt Baker at? Maybe she'll show up, too.
Why not? Yeah. Could we see a Wardlow? Could we see other... Wardlow's been ready to go.
I love Wardlow.
I do too.
I would welcome that.
Can we see a Wardlow? Could we see, there's a few people. Adam Cole would be wonderful if he was healthy and could. But I don't know. I think Dragunov is going to be the big debut, big surprise. But it would be nice to see a couple more if they could throw it in there, for sure. Tag team title match on the women's side of things. The Divine Dominion, who I love. They are defending against the Brawling Birds, who I also really like. I kind of want Divine Dominion to hold on to the titles and keep kind of just doing what they're doing. I like what they got going on, but it feels to me that the Birds are probably going to take this one in England. I do feel like I'm picking the Birds, even though I would like Divine Dominion to kind of retain and kind of hold steady.
Yeah, they're winning it. I think there's money in a Megan Bain singles run somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you really wanted to keep a Divine Dominion, you could. I haven't seen a lot of support for my suggestion on this because it gets a lot of pushback. But like, you'd always stick Camille in there with and still maintain a Divine Dominion with Megan Bain being a solo person going out on her own. But yeah, I don't see the Brawling Birds losing this at all. And I love Jamie Hayter to death. I still think they lost out on so much when she got injured during that world title run.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, she was red hot. She was incredible, and I think she never got it back. Never got it back. I think a long-form feud with Toni Storm would have done wonders for the division and her if they could have dragged that out some more if she wasn't banged up. But
and we need some teams in this division though to help out after the Brawling Birds win, and you got plenty of people on the bench. So yeah,
Pluggo, how you feeling about this?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I love Divine Dominion. I think they're great. Megan Bain's fantastic. I think that's part of it. But yeah, Will Ospreay winning and then Alex Windsor winning the same night would be just this really fun, feel-good story thing that they could run post-show, and then they'll show us a clip of it Wednesday night at the beginning of Dynamite where they're talking about their championship wins together. So, yeah, I think the Brawling Birds are going to get it done. My only concern is like who's ready for the Brawling Birds? What tag team right now have they done any kind of sort of heating up with? They could throw a team together. You could do, the Sisters of Sin. You could do that, I guess, if you wanted. But we've kind of seen that, been there, done that.
You can find a partner for Persephone to go into.
You
can find. I mean, like you could change up. What do they call themselves? The Triangle of
Madness.
Triangle Madness, and have Tekla and somebody go after the tag titles. That would be
interesting,
I think.
So that's my only thing is I would like to see them heat some other teams up. But yeah, the Brawling Birds are probably winning it. Hometown pop, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, Yeah, I would expect that to happen. Really, it's a crime to me that Tekla's not on this card. I feel like the work she did all year to carry that division, she deserves to be on this show, and it's really a crime that she's not.
I was hoping for her and Mercedes, but
I thought that's where we were going to go. And again, that's not an anti-Willow thing. I love Willow, but it just felt like Tekla kind of earned the spot there with her work to be involved. And it's kind of a shame that it looks like she's going to be nowhere. And, Tony did say on the media call today, like he very much leaned that there would be another major women's match added to this show. I think after Dynamite last night, Persephone, she cheated, but Persephone and Maya World one-on-one for the TBS title would make sense with her pinning Maya World, if that's the match he's referring to. But he did kind of lean into saying there was going to be another big women's match added to the show. So I don't know if it's a multi-women's thing or whatever, but we'll see.
He's starting at 1 o'clock, but we're ending this bitch at midnight.
He didn't say it wasn't going to end any earlier. He just said it's starting early. No. All right. Falls Count Anywhere, TNT Championship, Kevin Knight, Darby Allin. Kevin Knight almost blew Darby Allin up a couple weeks ago. Well, they slowly
allegedly.
Okay. They slowly
could have been a mishap with the pyro.
Yeah. They slowly integrated the on-screen debut of Stephen Borden into that whole thing and segment there. Obviously, it's Falls Count Anywhere. No rules. We do know that Kevin Knight has the Don Callis family at his back. We do know Darby will probably have Stephen Borden. He might even have Steve Borden having a one appearance. Sting shows up from time to time when needed. But I think this is going to be a typical Darby Allin affair. 2 or 3 times it's going to look like he's going to die. And it'll be good. But I think Kevin Knight retains. I feel pretty... Kind of, yeah.
My co-host over at the Dynamite Show, Paul Fontaine, has a great idea, and I'm going to go with it. Darby is going to be unable to go in the match, and it's going to be Steve Borden's debut in Wembley, and he's going to win the title from Kevin Knight in a walk and brawl, Falls Count Anywhere type of thing. And I think we will get a Sting cameo in it at some point.
Yeah. I do think we get the Sting cameo. I think that's.
I want to live in a world
like Echecero and Brian Cage or something,
Yeah.
I want to live in a world where Stephen Borden turns on Darby and he goes, "I ain't my dad, bitch."
Wow.
And he aligns with
joins the Don Callis family.
Joins the Don Callis family.
Yeah. Our 25th member.
Stephen Borden.
Steve Borden, baby.
And then he grows out a beard and mustache and beard. It looks like Mark Davis and Jake Doyle and Wardlow and
but then he could just interchange in all those tag team trios
Brian
matches.
Cage and Lance Archer and all.
Oh, you thought I was here to help you? Boom! Uppercuts. No. I look at this match and I know that this is Darby's specialty. These chaos, anything goes. This is where you make Kevin Knight. You get because Darby doesn't need a TBS title or TNT title run right now. He's had plenty of. This would be an opportunity to make Kevin Knight. I said this, last night a little bit. Like it's up to Tony Khan how he feels the Kevin Knight TNT title run has been going. If he wants to just go to the fail-safe Darby where he knows that guy's going to get pop, that guy's over. But Kevin Knight's awesome. Like I love Kevin Knight. I don't love that he's in the Don Callis family, but I love the way he, goes about his business. Mm-hmm. So I'm pro Kevin Knight getting a win here. I don't. The Darby effect is like he could have won it at any time. I hate that about Darby. He's got that aura about him. Well, they just put it on Darby.
That is true.
But I'm going Kevin. I'm going to stick with Kevin Knight.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Kevin too. But yeah, to me again, and I'll stand by it. The only guy that should win that title off of Kevin Knight is Speedball Mike Bailey. They got. Well, you talked about the Death Riders, Will Ospreay, and how quickly that ended. They just swiftly moved right on past the jet speed thing to me so quickly, and it was like that was not enough time. For that, with how beloved they were and how good of a team. they should have done it in Montreal. I felt like Speedball, instead of winning the ladder match, should have just beat Kevin Knight in Montreal for the title and give him that moment in his home country. But to me, still, Speedball should be the guy that takes the title off Kevin Knight. Whenever that happens, I just feel like they just were like, all right, yeah, okay, you had one match. Okay, yep, see you later. It's like, no, that should have been like a long-term, few-month feud between those two guys. I don't understand how quickly they just went.
It's too late to do it, I think.
I think, yeah, you're probably not wrong, but it's like, what the heck? I don't understand why they just whizzed on by that. It's very bizarre to me. All right, three-way match. Jesus, this one here. International Championship. It's going to be fucking wild. Kyle Fletcher, Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita. I mean, listen. I know everyone's looking at Omega and Ospreay, and it's like, that's going to be phenomenal. But I look at this, and I'm like, how is this not going to be the best match on the show with these three? This is just spectacular stuff. I think that they have been building to Kyle Fletcher becoming a massive babyface and getting kicked out or leaving the Don Callis family. I don't think it happens this weekend, but that is what they've been building to here the last month or so. I think Okada is going to win this. But Pluggo, last night, you had a good explanation of what you would like to see happen with Fletcher retaining. And I think we kind of both get to the same thing where obviously this causes more dissension in the Don, because they do the promo last night and they go, and Fletcher's like, yeah, we're running the play. I know the play. We're running the play, but I don't know if Okada can run the play. And then Okada comes out and says, hey, family's what's important. It's all right. We're all good. I think Kyle Fletcher's play might not be the same play that these two are over here are running.
Running plays. What are we, the Bloodline?
And we do have an OTC, a Run 2 champion in AEW as well. So, the bloodline is everywhere. But I think that is what we're getting here. I think Okada leaves with it, and Kyle obviously gets pissed off. But Pluggo, you had a pretty cool thing you said last night.
I almost forgot about it. I was trying to remember.
I thought it was a good point.
I look at Kyle Fletcher as too smart. He's been in the Don Callis family too long to just get blindsided by the plays that Don Callis runs. And like there's Scott saying, I think Callis cost Fletcher, and there's going to be some kind of involvement. But I think that Takeshita and Okada's history cancels each other out too, and Kyle sneaks away with the win, kind of despite the Don Callis family, and that's where he breaks away and gets some babyface love instead of the traditional, like, we're going to beat him to a pulp and then he's going to rise up and be the babyface. I think he's just going to be the outsmart. He's too smart. I think he's too smart for this. Don Callis, he knows what Don Callis is thinking. I'm going with Kyle Fletcher to win this thing and then break away from the Callis family and become babyface that we all want him to see. As Jeff's looking at me all crazy. Maybe because of that.
No, I'm thinking because it's one of those things where I think there's two guys who can hold this world title in AEW. Fletcher and MJF are both very good on the stick. And I kind of like Fletcher as a heel champion, to be honest with you. But I could see him doing a babyface run. When this match was first being bandied about, I thought this was just, we took the title off of Takeshita, and now we got to give it back to him now that he's back from New Japan. But I mean, my thinking's closer to JPJ's in that Kyle Fletcher thinks it's a play, but it's a different play. And the play is Okada's going to screw Fletcher out of the title. And I think Chekhov's screwdriver shows up here to establish it. I don't know if it's used, but it's established before the Omega Ospreay match. But I think look at this. Okada's the reason why everybody ends up quitting the Don Callis family. So it has to continue that way. And I think Okada wins this title.
Yeah.
No, nothing wrong with that. I don't hate it. I think this is one of the matches that you could talk me into any one of these guys winning, and I'd go, okay.
100%.
I kind of am going a little against JPJ. I think it's going to be match of the night because I just get the feeling they're going to be very, very concerned with story on this match.
It's fair.
A little more than it being like a hot 5-star banger. It's still going to be a good match, but there's gonna be a lot of shoving each other between Okada and Fletcher.
Yeah,
which might get in the way of things.
Yeah. I do agree with Pluggo, though, as I do feel like I look at this match and, like, either one of the three of these guys can win, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, totally cool with it. Like, all right, let's keep on going with these three guys. So, all right. And then because we started with the main event at the beginning of this, we have one match left, and that is for the Women's World Championship match. I can make an argument that this is the best story they've been telling leading into the show. I know it was a wonky way of getting here. This was apparently the rumored match kind of the whole way, but injuries and whatever, they kind of got there funky with Willow winning the title just a month ago. And apparently Willow is injured. She's working through it. That seems to be a thing here, which is, you know, and I might be in the minority. If you would have asked me 2 months ago, I would have said, as confident as I am about Will Ospreay winning, I was that confident that Mercedes was winning. And she probably still is gonna, and you know, but I've been, and again, the injury to Willow, if that's real, obviously changes my opinion a little bit, but I've been kind of swayed with this story that I think Willow retaining is a legitimate possibility if she's obviously not really injured. And I've been leaning that way, Jeff. I've been getting swayed more and more that maybe Willow retains and we're not really at the moment where Mercedes finally wins that thing. But I know that I'm probably in the minority. I've kind of always have thought Mercedes winning it for the first time as a babyface would be the thing too. And she's clearly just that same old dastardly boss CEO heel still. I don't know. I've been kind of swayed, and maybe it's my brain playing tricks on me, but I've kind of swayed.
I thought this got broken because I thought Mercedes was going to win the title from Tekla.
Yes.
And then Willow would beat Mercedes in Wembley. Or there'd be a three-way, and she'd still win the title by pinning Mercedes. Because I was also thinking at some point Divine Dominion would turn on Mercedes to force the babyface turn later. Because I think the way to do that is to do the Camille feud, but this time do it correctly. And have Megan Bain just murder death Mercedes. I agree with you. I think the time for her to win the world title is when she's a babyface, and when she's gotten the crowd back onto her. She's done the Ultimo Dragon run, where she was the belt collector. Then she lost all the titles. Time to bring her back as a babyface was after she lost all the titles. But I
agree. Yeah.
And her winning now. I think it's dumb. I do. I think she's the woman to carry the belt too, which is just so. See, because this probably should have been originally Toni Storm and Mercedes for the title at some point, but I got Willow winning this, and I'm not confident in it. But she should win here and they should figure out a way to actually, because she's that over, do the rock star babyface push on her. Yeah. And look, again, and part of my thinking Mercedes losing in Wembley, she doesn't mind because she likes making stars. She likes making the kids look good that she likes, and she obviously likes Willow. And if this was her swan song, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. That's why I was also thinking maybe it's her last match and she's negotiated a way out of her contract somehow. But, I mean, it's not that she's unhappy. It's that there's no worlds to conquer in AEW, even if she's a champion. She's done what she can to make this thing a bigger women's division. And making her champ won't necessarily do that because she doesn't have any opponents unless Storm comes back real quick to do it. So I got Willow winning this.
Where is Toni Storm?
Don't know.
Yeah, like, that hasn't really been brought up and discussed. I wonder,
and it's also possibly none of our business.
No, for sure. And I don't want to go down that. I'm just wondering, like,
they said she's going to be out all year, right? Like
all
they
year,
said that during the whole thing, like not coming back until 2020. And I feel like Toni Storm is so respected that we've kind of all not asked, like we've just kind of been like, all right.
Yeah, that's how it is. So that's what I meant. Like, there's no chance she shows up here.
I think there's a chance. Well,
there's always a chance.
After the match.
Yeah.
Well, there is one thing that people are saying. You've heard a lot of the name is Kairi Sane, potentially showing up after the match, pending on what happens. History, obviously, with Mercedes there, and that's a match people have been pining for with them too. So Kairi Sane's name has been thrown about.
I have Kairi getting paired with Tekla for the whole Stardom thing.
Well, and that would make the most sense. So I don't know. I always felt like I thought once Willow kind of got hurt and she had to leave the Owen tournament, I felt like they should have just brought Mercedes back as a babyface, and it would have been her versus heel Tekla.
Yes.
And she wins the title, and everybody's happy. And then you can eventually get to the Willow thing, however you want to get to the Willow thing. But again, from what I know, and again, I don't have any super duper sources or anything like that, but from what I know, this was the penciled in match for a while. I think what you said, Jeff, I think originally they wanted Mercedes to probably be the champion here, with Willow challenging from winning the Owen, but the injury to Willow kind of screwed that up a little bit, so they had to correct course a different way. But Pluggo, I don't know. I'm leaning Willow.
I don't know. Jeff's throwing this is Mercedes Swan Song at me. I'll tell you what, Jeff. If on August 30th I hear Mercedes is working her way out of AEW, whatever you pick for the Super Bowl champion, I'm putting $5 on it.
Well, we're going there next, boys.
Nostradamus, my man.
I look, it's a wild theory, but I think I never thought Bailey was going to jump ship.
Then maybe Mercedes was teasing it on the opposite way to oh, it's going to be AEW.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
possible.
I've been pretty adamant that one of the two Owen winners was going to lose, and I don't think it's Ospreay, so it's possible it's Mercedes. It is a short reign for Willow if she doesn't get it for her first one, but it does grab headlines that, what Mercedes Mone does win at Wembley, becomes champion. God, this is tough, man. This one's tough. I'll go Mercedes Mone just for differences of opinion here, and if Willow's hurt though, you got to remember if she's as hurt as the room, who knows? She'd become an injury prone. Oh, poor Willow. So having some bad luck this year. So yeah, give me Mercedes, man.
I think this injury's a work. I think it's for the
I hope.
Me too.
The spot that she did with Bailey in Brooklyn with the bank statement where she's stomping on the hand for heat. I think that's what it's there for. I think it's there for a heat spot when she's stomping on the hand.
Yeah, that would be nice. That's one of the best moments of that whole match is when she's doing that. Yeah.
And that just shows JPJ sick and sadistic side. It's like when she's stomping on her injured hand, that's the best shit ever.
Listen, man, I was rooting for Mercedes in that match.
It was one of the best moments in that match, I thought.
100%. The crowd just screaming. Oh man, that it was just the anniversary like a week or so ago of that match, and that is just as a matter of fact, truly one of the more perfect matches you'll see. That match is it's just a thing of beauty.
I'm more of a rest hold guy myself.
Are you? That's fair.
Show.
But
JPJ and I will do the rest of this show.
That's fine. I go to bed early tonight. I get some early rest.
That is AEW All In. I do expect another match or two to be added here, probably on Collision, either on the pre-show or But they're at 9 matches now. I think that number probably will get more towards 12. I think by the time we hit Sunday with the pre-show and whatever happens, but it should be a good show.
Who is Big Boom?
I was going to say they're
going
to be there, so they're fighting on the pre-show. They announced they're going to be there. I expect.
There's a part of me that thinks this wild card team of the trios is going to be something like Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, and Doug Williams or something like that.
What if it's
Big Boom AJ, the Rizzler, and
what's the QT Marshall and somebody.
And Michael Oku or something.
Yeah, something like bring an British guy out there for a good pop. Trent Seven or something like that. You get somebody like a one-off little English guy. Maybe. All right, let's transition over from the world of pro wrestling to the world of pigskin.
Yeah.
The NFL. We are less than 2 weeks away from opening night, where my New England Patriots will defeat the Seattle Seahawks. But other than that, football is upon us. Preseason is underway. None of the starters of my team have played a second of these preseason games this year at all.
Really?
Nope. Drake May, not one snap. None of them. They just do the joint practices, and that's it. But, all right, I don't know how you want to do this. I have the over-unders for all the teams, and then we can kind of talk about how we can go by division. I don't know how.
All right.
I know.
Here's what I am doing right now. I'm looking at the 2026 NFL playoff bracket.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, there are 2 teams in each conference that don't make the playoffs, so I'm thinking about that right now.
Fair.
I can generally just talk because I am using absolutely no criteria.
That's fine.
For my previews, because last time I came prepared with stuff with breakdowns of teams and it didn't mean jack shit.
Usually.
So this time I'm starting to believe in the football gods and football karma, and I think a lot of my decisions will be made on that. And
Fair.
also on the thing, do they have stupid management? Do they have a smart coach? And do they have a decent GM? It's those types of things where you look at them and go, all right, the types of teams with smart management, a smart front office.
So the Cowboys are out?
I don't know about that. The Cowboys are intriguing to me.
Let's save the Cowboy talk, because I think, yes.
Let's go where you want here.
Okay.
I'll go with that.
All right. Listen, I am an AFC boy. My team is in the AFC. I'm an AFC East boy. So that is where we will start in the disrespect that the New England Patriots are receiving.
You are not playing the disrespect card this early in the season.
I will play it.
You went to the Super Bowl even though you didn't deserve it.
Oh, well. Still got there. I don't care. It was a year early. It was all gravy. I don't care. But we got there. We got there. You know how many Super Bowls the favorite in the AFC East quarterback has made it to? 0.
Yes. Okay.
You know how many?
I will
allow your quarterback won.
I will allow your Buffalo hate. I will allow your Buffalo hate.
Oddly enough, can I tell you, of all the teams in the division, the Bills are. I don't even dislike them. I don't even dislike them.
Go ahead and get your spiel.
I just think it is
disrespect.
Think it is very disrespectful that in most. You go to most major affiliates, and they do not have the Patriots in the top 10 in their power rankings, and that is a joke. That is a joke to me. I'm not telling you you should be picking them to go back to the Super Bowl. That's not what I'm telling you. But what I'm telling you is if they're not in your top 10 teams in the league, you're a crazy person. You're a crazy. Anyway, I digress.
That's one guy that he found on some random website. Tanner's Hot Take Emporium. And he's like, fuck them all. They're all being assholes.
Yeah, look, everybody hates us. It is what it is.
JPJ
You live in this.
playing the nobody believes in us card this early in the preseason. I'm just.
It's true.
Look, it's a 2-team race because Miami is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I just. What are they doing right now? And the Jets are going to be bad, but better. Geno Smith is not the guy to lead you anywhere.
They had a good draft, though. They had a good draft.
Good draft.
They drafted 3 legitimate guys, I think.
I like their coach a lot. I do.
Really? He looked like a train wreck last year.
Lame duck Aaron Glenn?
I didn't say he was a good coach. I said I like him. That's
okay.
different.
Fair.
The team that has me questioning things with football karma are the Buffalo Bills.
I want to talk about the Bills at length
because
a little bit here,
Joe Brady should have been the guy fired, I think, instead of the head coach. Because it wasn't the defense that blew those games for Buffalo. It was the offense. And so instead of doing anything, they fired the head coach in a Wayne Fonts getting fired from Detroit to get him to the next level type thing. And I don't know if these types of moves, they either actually pay off and you get there, usually in that first year, or that's the end. It just tanks after that and you can't get there. And I was, with the football karma standards that I have, I was going, well, ownership is pretty good with the Bills. And then I remember they built a new stadium, which in the year of our Lord 2026 still has obstructed views. And so I went, no, they are stupid. This is stupid management that did this, and this was stupid to fire your head coach. I think the Bills may be in for a long season.
And they debuted those awful gray uniforms.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think the Patriots win 14.
No, I don't either. When we get there, I don't either.
But that division it's not dog shit, but it's not great. So the Patriots are coming out of that division. Now, I don't know if the Bills get a wild card or not. That's what I'm trying to plan my other picks with, but the football gods say Buffalo should be punished, and I think Buffalo should be punished. But the Patriots are winning that division.
I agree with you. I think the New England Patriots are winning this division. I think the New England Patriots are the best team.
Stretch from you, JP.
Shocker!
I think that the New England Patriots are the
hottest
best team
take
in this
we've
division.
ever had.
I think the New England Patriots have the best football coach in this division. Our owner is cheap as fuck, and if Christian Gonzalez gets traded in 2 weeks because they won't pay him for some dumbass reason, that will change. I still think we win the division, but that changes my opinion of where we can possibly go because he is at worst the second best cornerback in the league, and it's his turn to get paid. And our owner, who's always been cheap, he just had the greatest quarterback ever for 20 years to shield that from everybody. Not good, man.
Can you make the trade with us, please?
Maybe.
I want Christian Gonzalez.
He is so good. He is so good. You pay him. For a decade, we drafted terribly towards the end of the Belichick era. You finally nail a draft. And this was a Bill pick. This was Bill's last first-round pick. He nailed it. The guy's unbelievable. He's the only reason we didn't lose that Super Bowl by 50 last year. Was Christian Gonzalez shutting down JSN. Literally, we should have lost that game by 40. And Christian Gonzalez single-handedly saved a half a dozen plays. He's unbelievable. Pay the guy. Anyway, the Buffalo Bills over-under is 10.5 wins. What do you take? Do you take the over? He hasn't been avoiding training camp, though, Scott. He's been out there every day except a week. He's back out there now practicing. He hasn't been avoiding it. He wants to get paid. He wants to be the top guy. You give him the top guy money. He's earned it. But
nailed Buffalo last year with them not having receivers. I did.
They did get DJ Moore. They did. I mean, it's going to be right around that 10-11 mark, I think. So I'm going to say over, but just by half a game. Pluggo, how do you feel about the Bills? Is this – listen, we were there probably last year, the last couple of years.
Actually, no, I'm going back. I think they win 10. I think they go 10-7. That's
I like it.
Right.
10-7 and the Patriots win 11?
This is the
–
like
12, yeah.
At what point – because I felt like we were having these discussions the last couple of years, but I felt like last year I was like, this is the year that Josh Allen needs to make it to a Super Bowl. And he didn't. And now we're a year later. And he did not play well in that playoff game.
Last year was the year. Last year was the year because he had the injuries at
They should have lost to the Jaguars.
Yeah. Allen didn't, but last year was that year. The Ravens were down. The Chiefs were down.
Burrow was out of it. Yeah.
Burrow was down. Last year was the year where everything looked like, okay, everything's setting up for Josh Allen to just do the damn thing. And it didn't go. Yes.
Yeah,
and part of it was him. Like he had bad turnovers, dumb decisions, and and I'm not an anti-Josh Allen guy. I think he is as good as advertised. He's a special player, but you got to break through at one point. And how many years are we going to have this discussion before we're moving on from Josh Allen?
You have to have mental toughness, and he's not Justin Herbert, but it's one of those things where, I agree with everything you just said there.
Yeah. Pluggo, how you feel about the Bills? 10.5? You going over? What are you doing? Over or under?
Oh, over is tough. That's 11.
11-6 would be the barrier.
11-6.
Oh, that's right, 11-6. Yeah.
Yeah, because of the
17 or whatever.
For now, it's 17 games, but then
it'll be 18 in 2 or 3 years. But
then we're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Player safety. Though.
Do I think the Bills are better than the Patriots? That's essentially what we're asking because the Jets and Dolphins are completely out of this. There's no point of even really talking about either one of those.
You guys are going to call me a homer, but I think if you look at the squads 1 through 53, I don't think it's that close. I still think Josh Allen is a better quarterback right now than Drake May.
Yes.
But I don't think it's necessarily like leaps and bounds better. I think Drake needs to prove that he can do it against a tougher schedule this year for sure. That is really the main question for the Patriots for me.
Is it?
But
I thought the Patriots line would be your main concern.
They got better at the O-line, though. I think we're a little bit better.
Well, Buffalo's schedule, they started Houston. They got Houston, Detroit, the Chargers, Patriots.
That's a battle axe strategy.
That's
right
a
there,
first
man.
four. That's a first four is pretty tough. Then you got the Rams and the Raiders. Your first 6 games are pretty.
The Raiders are the only should be guaranteed win.
The Bills don't. Their Bills schedule doesn't really ease up. They got it's rough.
Yeah, look at the AFC East. The AFC East has the tough draw.
Yeah, because they got
the NFC West we're playing.
NFC North.
NFC North. Yeah. It's tough.
So I could see 10-7 for the Bills. Okay. I'll go under.
So then we go to the New England Patriots and the disrespect. 9.5.
4-12.
9.5. 14-3
sorry,
last
4
year.
4-13.
Made to the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's
9.5.
They're gonna get more than 9.5.
9.5. Are you shitting me? 9.5.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know
disrespect.
I did not know why you were saying all of this, but now I'm kind of going, yeah, they kind of disrespected.
Their over/under should be 11.5.
All right, hold on. They've got
10 games.
They've got Seattle, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, Buffalo. First 4 games, all playoff teams from last year. Then they get the Raiders and the Jets.
Yeah.
Then they go Chicago, Miami, Green Bay, Detroit.
Yeah.
Chargers, Buffalo, Minnesota, Kansas City.
That game in Kansas City is going to be nice later in the year. That's going to be nice. They're winning 10 games, dude.
They're winning.
They're winning 10 games. They're winning the. I think they split with Buffalo at worst, and they're going to win both Miami, both Jets. That's 5 wins automatic. Maybe the Dolphins maybe sneak one. We don't really play well in Miami all the time.
The Dolphins or the Jets are going to sneak one against.
They will not be the Jets. It will not be the Jets. It will not.
I
could see the Dolphins.
I hope it is.
I could see them going 4-2 in the division. 1 win against the Bills, sweeping the Jets, going 1-1 against the Dolphins.
Okay.
So that's 4 wins. They're gonna get 6 more, dude. They're playing the Raiders. They should beat the Raiders. They always beat the Steelers.
Next division.
Well, yeah, the Dolphins are 4.5 wins. So I'd go under there. I think
that's about right.
And then the Jets are 5.5. The Jets are 5.5.
Under. Well, hold on.
The Jets are always the Jets, though. The Jets are always the Jets.
Geno Smith stinks. He's cooked. They're gonna be putting somebody back there that got on the waiver wire this week. So I think the Dolphins finish ahead of the Jets. Unfortunately.
Yeah. You're not a believer in Malik Willis?
I'm fine with Malik Willis. I just don't think he has the people around him necessarily.
Yeah, it's fair. All right.
I wouldn't start Malik Willis if I had to, but
that's fair. We go to the AFC North, your division, Jeff. The top win projection is the Baltimore Ravens. They had a season from hell last year. Harbaugh's gone. They got a new head coach. Was it the defensive coordinator from the Chargers that went there?
Yes.
I believe so, right? I forget his name. Minter. Yes, Minter. That's right. Their projection is 11.5 wins. So the bookies, Vegas has the Ravens coming right back to where they usually are. They are at the top of the division with 11.5 wins. I'm going under for the Ravens. I think they're going to be good. I think Lamar is going to have a chip on his shoulder, and if he stays healthy, I think they're going to be good. But I have them at 11, kind of on. I don't think they win 12. I think they're 10 and 11, probably 11. But I think the top 3 teams are going to beat each other. Are going to beat each other up a little bit. But I'm going under because I have them at 11. I don't have them winning this division, oddly enough. Okay. Even at 11 wins.
No.
So they're at 11.5.
Well, we know he's not picking the Steelers to win the division, Jeff, because he can't stand the Steelers. And he's not taking the Browns because that's just a dumpster fire of an organization.
Listen, we're going to talk about the Browns.
I think he's taking your Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, the Cincinnati Bengals, to me, They're the next team. They have a 9.5 win over under number currently. And then the Steelers have 8.5. And then the Browns, I think they have 5.5. That's too much respect for that trash bag organization. What the hell was that? That was a career-ending press conference by Deshaun Watson. And 2 days later, they're like, that's our guy.
No, that's your guy, Cleveland. That's what they're saying. That's your quarterback.
That is if that is any other organization and almost any other guy, unless you're an elite guy, that is your career's over, man.
Yeah.
And then 2 days later for you to say that this guy who, that press conference aside, have you watched any of the highlights this preseason? He can't even throw the football. Literally can't throw the football.
Yeah, allow me to beat up on Cleveland a little because I am a Bengals fan. Football karma. The gods are very angry at Cleveland because Cleveland's obviously tanking, and they traded away Myles Garrett, which they should have never done.
They did get a load for him, though. They did get a. They got a good,
It's good.
I like Verse, and they got a ton of picks.
But they have made their plans known that they want Arch Manning.
They're idiots.
And I got news for you. If you follow the Manning family, they don't let their family members go to garbage organizations.
No.
And they will hold out. They will demand trades. Archie, the patriarch, famously did this with Eli when he got drafted by the San Diego Chargers.
Yep.
And made him and forced that trade to the New York Giants. They are going to try and tank for Arch, and they are going to be number 2. And then what's going to happen is the Niners are going to trade up to that number 1 spot and take Arch Manning, and they are going to be stuck with Mensa from Miami, I think. But before that happens, this thing's going to be a dumpster fire all year for the Browns. They are going to have a quarterback controversy where they don't like either of their quarterbacks because it's obvious they don't want to play Shadur Sanders, no matter what. And Dad's going to be on the horn trying to get him traded to Dallas. Deshaun Watson, I think, has been out of the league too long. I'm sorry. He's not going to be able to read defenses like he used to. I think there's just too much there. And I think the gods are going to punish the Browns for trying to...
And they drafted another quarterback because they have Dylan Gabriel still.
Yeah,
like
who played for them. He started
and they got
Taylor
Taylon Green they just drafted. It's like, what are they doing?
Yes, they have, again, garbage ownership. And there's no way that Stefanski's going to be able to turn that around. Football gods also might punish both Pittsburgh and Baltimore. 2 playoff teams that decide to ditch their coaches. Now, I don't necessarily disagree with ditching Mike Tomlin. I think it was a hey, you've been here a long time, let's get somebody with another point of view.
I was going to say, sometimes the message becomes faded after a certain amount of time.
But they didn't help him either in the front office with some of these personnel moves that they've been making.
Yeah.
There. And Joey Porter Jr. may not be
much like
for
Christian
that
Gonzalez. He's a similar situation to Christian Gonzalez with the contract and all that. His father, piece of trash.
But they're going to, I mean, and I am not a Mike McCarthy guy.
I don't think Mike McCarthy's a Mike McCarthy guy.
That's a move that does not instill confidence in me because Pittsburgh has always been bring in a young guy and let him coach here for 30 years type. And Mike McCarthy ain't that guy. So this feels like a fail-safe to me, where they're going to get rid of him in 2 or 3 years. Now, Baltimore is interesting in terms of the football karma gods, because I thought Harbaugh was still doing a great job down there. And I don't think it was his fault that they didn't make the playoffs. I think it's because of their knucklehead quarterback and their offensive coordinator calling knucklehead plays, and their knucklehead quarterback deciding, I'm going to do this with my feet or my arm and throw up 50-50 balls when he shouldn't be throwing up 50-50 balls. I think Lamar Jackson is a liability for this team. I do. I think Travis Henry is due an early injury, unfortunately. I think it depends on how this defense comes back with Roquan and company. getting really banged up. I mean, Awuzie is no longer here, so he can't be to blame for blowing a coverage and missing the playoffs. But this is also a new coach, new system. Have to get the feel for it in a game, and I think there's a downswing there. I think 8 or 9 wins, maybe 10, might be right for the Baltimore Ravens, which brings me to the unfortunate team that I root for, which is going against somewhat football karma, but they were the only team in the division to retain their coach, even though I wanted them to get rid of him.
Yeah, is that a blessing or a curse there?
I do not, but Pluggo, this is my thing on this monologue. I do not know. They made a trade that this organization would have never made in a million years, trading away their number 1 pick in the draft for Dexter Lawrence.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is a move they never make, ever.
Big swing.
Which makes me go, oh, they're trying. Maybe they get rewarded by the football gods. They have a glut of players at positions that is a blessing, and they need to trade somebody by the end of the week, in my opinion, because we need a swing tackle. We released Cody Ford, who has started 51 of 53 games for us over the past couple years, but he's been playing like dog shit. And he was going to be our backup tackle offensive lineman, because, as you know, offensive linemen on the Bengals are not long for this world at times. But we have a glut of tight ends and a glut of wide receivers, and I could see us packaging Yoshivas, who is our wide receiver 3 and is on a contract year. I don't think he'd go to the Patriots for Christian Gonzalez straight up, but there might be some packaging of a tight end in there possibly for some more defense, or for a swing tackle who can come out and play somehow, because Orlando Brown Jr. has been a bit down. But hope springs eternal in Cincinnati, and they're saying that this is our year. I'm not there yet because I don't trust Al Golden. And we have made
in Al Golden I trust, baby.
Well, we've made improvements on the defense. I just don't know if the back 7 is a pro defense yet, and they have to play a real game for me to see it first, or 3 games for me to see it first. Our linebackers are now young instead of old and slow. Our defensive backs are good but not great, and our defensive line has a lot of people in there, and they're kind of mid. Trey Hendrickson no longer coming through that door. Also football karma. He should probably be out by week 3.
Oh yeah, the whole Max Crosby backdoor. Yeah, that was
but also what he was saying to Cincinnati, because Burrow was freeing up money to re-sign. Oh, I'm coming back. Jumps to Baltimore. So I am going to, instead of last year confidently pick the Bengals to win this, I am going to hesitantly pick the Bengals to win this division.
Okay.
There we go. How are you feeling about the AFC North? I mean, I have the Bengals. I have the Bengals winning over 9.5 games. I have faith in them that they'll do that. I think the Steelers will be that 9-8, 10-7. They always hang around there. I mean, Tomlin never had them under 500. So again, new coach, so we'll see. But Tomlin never had him under 500.
No, but McCarthy's good for at least one clock blow.
Yeah, that is true. So I think it's between the Ravens and the Bengals with this division here. But
yeah, I think it's the Ravens, the Bengals, and then you got like the Steelers are going to hang around for a while and be kind of maybe in the wild card because they're going to be good enough. And then, like I said, each one of them is going to get 2 wins over the Browns.
Yep.
I'll take Cincinnati. I think they'll win more than 9 games. But I look at
5-1 or 6-0 after our first 6. We have a pretty good schedule.
Yeah, I look at the Ravens and they're just. You're right. Like they're getting older and their window is closing quicker and quicker, and this could just go off the rails quick with a first-year coach. And who knows if it doesn't work out? Maybe hopefully him and Lamar get along. But I also know that they weren't overly bummed that John Harbaugh left.
Yeah.
So maybe they're excited. Who knows? So I think it'll come down to the Bengals and the Ravens. I'll take the Bengals to eke it out.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the Cleveland Browns, I mean, way under 5.5 wins.
You better hope that the Bengals are killing it with Jamar Chase and that number 1 overall pick you used on him.
Listen, it was a dynasty draft. I felt like it was the right call. I took Jamar Chase. It was between him and Bijan for me.
How loud did you yell when he had a hyperextended?
I saw that. I was like, figures. But he's fine, I think so. But yeah, he was my number 1 overall pick in our dynasty draft. So he's on my team forever.
And I ended up with Bijan at 4, so I felt
which was crazy because at number 1, it was between him and Bijan for me, and then he somehow dropped to 4. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
I was like, hell yeah.
But anyway,
hell yeah.
We head on over to the AFC South. Terrible division. Yeah. The Houston Texans, though, they are good. Their defense is all world. They are the leaders at 9.5 wins is their over-under.
They're the leaders? Okay.
They are. They have the highest win total. Then the Jacksonville Jaguars are right behind them at 8.5. Then it is the Indianapolis Colts coming in at 7.5. And then rounding out the division are the Tennessee Titans with 6.5. So, kind of goes in order there.
My biggest question in this division, CJ Stroud can't be that bad this year, right? Like, they're kind of right. He's got a stellar defense. He's got some good skill players. He
lost his wide receiver 1.
Yeah, Higgins.
Yeah, I know that he had some issues at the end of last year, and it was real bad. He can't. He's an Ohio State quarterback.
He's been bad for 2 years.
Yeah, but
so he had that good rookie year, and then he's not. I wouldn't say bad, but he's been subpar for 2 years.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't kind of bounce back this year, I think the Texans need to be having a conversation with themselves at some point. If he has the same type of year this year that he did the previous 2, I think that's the point where the Texans need to have a conversation and be like, okay, are we starting to look for the next guy?
I'm surprised they didn't bring somebody in like veteran-y just to kind of put a little bit of like a fire in him. You got
Davis Mills, one of the best backups in the league. Truly, he wins a game every year. Mm-hmm. He wins a game or 2 every year. He's out there. It's crazy.
I actually think Jacksonville's the class of this division. I think Travis Hunter at full strength. I hope they limit his reps to one side of the ball, and hopefully it's defense.
I was going to say he should be a corner if they're doing that because I feel
they kind of have said he's going to primarily be a corner, but they didn't rule out that he would do both sides of the ball.
Have a couple packages for him, but it shouldn't be balls to the wall. Like you just pick one side.
The question I have floating in my head, because I don't think Stroud bounces back without Higgins, but he does have a good tight end. And it's one of those things where I think they'll make excuses for Stroud. I just don't know how good or bad the Indianapolis Colts are. Because they are a team that gets hot and you can't explain it, and then they're all injured by week 11. And
weren't they like 6-2?
They were 8-1 last year.
8-1.
Yes,
and they missed the playoffs.
And it died for them because they lost, and then they lost their quarterback. They lost their running back, I believe. Lou Anarumo is their defensive coordinator. Their big pickup on defense was Cameron Taylor-Britt from the Bengals, who, let's put it this way: he wasn't that missed when he left. And we all thought Hendrickson was going to go there, and he originally was before he went to Baltimore. People like to play for Lou Anarumo. Their defense was dog shit last year. But I think they beat the Texans in the division, and I think they by a game, and they might sneak into the wild card. So, but I have Jaguars, Colts, Texans. I think the Titans will be, I think the Titans will be improved.
Agree.
They're not gonna. They may not win 6.5, but they might win 6.
Yeah. I think the Titans will be improved. I liked what I saw from Cam Ward the last batch of the season. There,
I like Robert Saleh, but he's the wrong coach for that team. They needed an offensive coach, I think.
Yeah. They need an offensive coach to kind of, because then you take the wide receiver Tate, who looks like he's going to be a stud. You got a good young tight end that you took last year in Gunnar Helm. You have these young pieces on offense, but you brought in a defensive guy when you really need an offensive guy to be kind of developing these players to be the core of your team.
Is
I do
McDaniel
think
his coordinator or no?
No, he went to the Chargers, McDaniel.
That's right. That's right. You're correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see. I mean, there's no question that Saleh can coach defense. I expect the Titans defense to be better or really good. He's a great defensive coach.
I'd
and
run
he was
through a wall for Robert Saleh.
100%.
He's a great coach.
Yeah, and the team is going to be more well put together. They're going to have a good defensive front with him, but they really need to develop their young offensive guys. And their running game is really I like Tony Pollard, but I don't think he's a starting. And Spears is all right. He's young, but they could have done a little bit better in the run game. But I do like their young. They still got Calvin Ridley, who's good. They have good offensive players, but it really you need to see that jump from Cam Ward, which towards the end of the year he did play a lot better. And listen, the best things that the Titans did this year is they changed those uniforms back to the Oiler colors, baby. Let me tell you, those nice uniforms, they look wonderful. They look wonderful. All right, AFC West. Kansas City Chiefs back atop, according to the over-unders, 10.5 wins. The Broncos right behind them, tied with the Chargers. A little disrespectful to the Broncos, I have to say. At 9.5 wins, both them and the Chargers, and then way down below at 5.5 wins, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. Mahomes is, he tore his ACL last year, but I believe he's going to be starting the season. Their big pickup, obviously, was Kenneth Walker, the Super Bowl MVP from the Seahawks, to really solidify.
And officially Taylor Swift.
Well, yeah, and that is an add-on there with the official. But, still receiving-wise, really not a ton. Kelsey's been not Kelsey for 2 years now. I can't imagine. He is married now, so maybe he gets that little bounce to start the season. But, I can't imagine he's going to get back to, I think we're going to see the same that we've seen from him. Rashee Rice is okay. Xavier Worthy, okay. Thornton, okay. You got a lot of speed guys, but I don't really know if any of them are actually good receivers. Rice looked good, but then he can't get out of his own fucking way with stupid shit off the field. It's Patrick Mahomes. If you're asking me who I think the best quarterback in the league is, I'm probably still having that guy no worse than 2 on my list, maybe 1 still. He is Patrick Mahomes, but I don't really think they added a ton to help him as he continues to get older here. I think I would have reversed the Chiefs and the Broncos on the over-under numbers. But
I think Patrick Mahomes is coming back too early.
Oh, Brian Daboll being the offensive coordinator at Kansas City, that's a good get for them. That is good for them.
It's a good get for them. I'm not so confident in Patrick Mahomes' leg. I really am not. But there's also other issues in this division because Bo Nix's foot is that kind of injury that could hamper him for the rest of his career. Broken foot is a bad thing for a running quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think that defense in Denver is really, really good. I don't know what to make of the Chargers. It's still Justin Herbert and nobody on that offense.
They do have Mike McDaniel though.
They have Mike McDaniel, and
which I think smart. Is yes, and
I just like that he doesn't have to worry about anything but drawing up crazy offensive plays now.
And they have a decent defense in for the Chargers. I still call him.
And he got hurt last year, but I do like their running back Hampton. He's a big guy. He's a beast. I like Gadsden as their tight end. He's a good young tight end, but again, not a ton of. Daboll's the offensive coordinator with the Chiefs. My bad. I'm with the Titans. I'm sorry, not the Chiefs.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah.
But still, that helps the Titans. Yeah,
Bieniemy's
back.
With the
Bieniemy's
Chiefs?
back. He had that crazy story with this
which
kid.
That's gonna be mid.
Yeah,
but that's still Andy Reid calling plays. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Broncos defense is and they got Jalen Waddle. They got Jalen Waddle, which I thought was a good addition to their receiving core. It does help Bo Nix. Now, the way that Sean Payton coached that AFC Championship game made me question everything I felt about Sean Payton as a coach. I still think he's a good coach, but that was a terribly coached game against the Patriots.
Awful.
Brutal. Brutal. I don't care if you had the backup in or not. If he coaches that game differently, they should beat us regardless.
This is one of those years where I feel like the Chiefs barely missed the playoffs, and then Andy Reid leaves, and then Mike Tomlin goes to coach the Chiefs afterwards. I have a inkling that the Raiders are going to be better than people think.
Really?
I have no basis for this whatsoever. But the football gods must reward Max Crosby somehow for getting screwed on that Baltimore deal. I do like their I like both their quarterbacks in terms of no matter if they start Cousins or is it Mendoza? Is that the name?
Yeah, Mendoza. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah. Oh God, yes. Or Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew.
Or Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew. I mean, they just were throwing bodies out there at the end. And they have, they got a couple tight ends. They got a couple receivers. They're not. They have They have Genty in the backfield. They're not. They're gonna. They're not. I'm not saying they're gonna be a great team, but they may compete for a wild card in the later weeks. I think. Because I just find Herbert mentally weak when it comes to the crunch time. And I can't trust the Chiefs and their health. They are an old team for the most part. So I'm going to go Denver Raiders.
Ooh.
Wow.
Chargers Chiefs.
Whoa!
Wow, Chiefs in the basement.
But not a losing record necessarily. I think it's going to be one of those where
tough divisions.
Like
Ooh.
9-8 or something like that.
Okay.
How long does Jim Harbaugh get in LA? Like, how long does that experiment keep going? Because they keep
he gets 2 more years.
Because they like Herbert and everything. Like, they're always like the preseason. Like, oh, this is the year they're going to put it together, and then they always flame out ever so beautifully.
Yeah.
As a guy who has Justin Herbert as his fantasy quarterback, I need him to be pretty good this year.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like they fix one position and then they lose their veteran presence at another, and it's just, keep on trying with parts. And for some reason, the Chargers really like running backs.
Yeah.
They love their run game, and I think run games are kind of passé for the most part. They are a tool. And you should never be drafting or overpaying for a running back from now on, which is why I'm going to slag the Cardinals when we get to them.
Whoa. Buckle up. That's your voice going to be talking about.
Yeah,
all right. So we head on over. We'll go through the playoff stuff kind of afterwards. So we head on over to the NFC. We start in the NFC East. The Eagles atop this division. 10.5 wins is their over-under number. They are followed by the Dallas Cowboys at 8.5, and then both the New York Giants and Washington Commanders come in at 7.5. I think if Jaden Daniels can play a full season healthy, I would think the Commanders would be a little bit higher than the Giants on my board. I think the Cowboys are going to give the Eagles a run for their money in this division. I've been thinking
out of respect for Jaden Daniels, I'm going to take the Commanders to win 5 games.
5?
Out of respect for Jaden McDaniels and his number 5, I'm going to make sure that,
Oh, I get what you're doing. What a stupid story that was. Gives a shit about your college number.
I think they're better than 5 wins.
God,
but just been talking about
Don't mention that I went
gods.
to your school anymore because you gave my number. What the fuck? You're in the pros, buddy. The fuck does that matter at all? Jesus Christ! What are we?
Gods are going to.
For someone who doesn't like college football, you're awfully passionate about college.
Well, it's
football.
dumb. What are we talking about? How about you focus on getting back to the playoffs?
Yeah,
Who gives a shit who's wearing your college number?
The Eagles are winning this division.
I agree.
Flat
but
out.
I do think Dallas is gonna. I think I have Dallas in the playoffs. We'll get there.
Dallas is. I have them as a playoff team too.
I do too.
I don't believe in the Washington Commanders at all, and I'm less. I mean, I think Jane Daniels is a RG3 type of career where he never gets back to that peak that he had, and I think it's going to be even worse because Laramie Tunsil's out.
That is huge.
I think that is a huge. That dude's been the best offensive lineman for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And that is a blow. That is worth at least 3 or 4 games, in my opinion. I think their coaching is kind of knuckleheaded too. I gotta be honest with you. They like to take their risks and their chances when they shouldn't be taking risks and chances. The Giants will be better, but not good.
Yeah.
I'm a Harbaugh fan. I think we should enjoy the 4 games Cam Scatabo is healthy while we have him. I am a Jackson Dart fan, but they just lost one of their receivers too for the year, didn't they?
Did they?
I think they did. I think they did in practice yesterday. I think he tore his ACL.
Oh God, was it Slayton? Who was it? Slayton?
You look it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Hopefully it's not the rookie I just drafted.
Calvin Austin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
But look, the Eagles have. Good Lord, Pittsburgh came back in this, or no, Buffalo came back to lead right now. It's 28-27 in preseason, but it doesn't matter.
It's better than that 6-9 game that's going on in the Bay Area.
The Eagles have a superb front office. They will make changes if they have to. They have a good yet hot-headed coach, and they just have a nucleus that just knows how to win. You can't bet against the Eagles. I'm liking what's happening in Dallas. I don't trust Dak as far as I can throw him, but you may not have to throw him necessarily. He might have people around him this year because the Cowboys, for all the shit that Jerry takes, and Jerry, has given up some of his control in that front office, and it's done well for him. I think they have better coaching now than they did under McCarthy a few years ago. So I'm with you. I think the Cowboys find a way to sneak in here, and then we find their crushing defeat, and we get a great Stephen A. Smith promo out of it.
There we go.
You don't think the Cowboys can upend the Eagles?
In the division, no way. The Eagles might be the best team in the NFC again.
The Eagles might be the best team in the NFC, but they also are the team that everybody's just like, there's a problem. They got issues. Like every.
Well, they don't.
I think that's talk. I think it's bullshit.
I do think that they're.
I do think AJ Brown not being there anymore might help. Believe it or not, addition by subtraction will definitely help out.
Okay, we'll see.
Well, because he was such a
anybody that can fill that role. I don't think Devontae Smith is the number.
Okay, but you said the same thing last year, JPJ, when Stephon Diggs left Buffalo. You were like, he was a problem. He was a head case. It's all about him. They're going to be better without him.
It wasn't a problem in New England. I loved him. I wanted them to bring him back.
But that team mentality of Philly, they'll have a next man up Moneyball style thing to get AJ's numbers. So I have faith.
Lemon, baby.
Again, they have a smart front office. If they need a wide receiver one, they will give up their future to get a wide receiver one.
Yeah, and they did it for AJ Brown. Yeah,
and they'll find a way to get that back somewhere else by some sucker team like Cleveland or Cincinnati and trade for their ones.
Yeah.
Cleveland, you got any of them quarterbacks? And they're like, for your second round pick. And they're like, here, dig.
I love that you did the scratcher. You got any more of them quarterbacks?
You got any of them quarterbacks, Philly? I got some first round picks here.
Yeah.
Next up.
I do think I agree with you. I do think the Eagles are still the class of the division, but I do expect the Cowboys to make a run here. We have, according to the over-unders, one of the toughest divisions as usual, the NFC North. This has the Detroit Lions still at the top of the over-unders here with them. They have them at 10.5 wins. Then both the Packers and the Bears come in at 9.5 wins. And then the Minnesota Vikings are at 8.5 wins. They just announced Kyler Murray.
I will slam that under.
Yes, I would slam the under on Minnesota. I do like the coach, but Kyler Murray is better than J.J. McCarthy, but I would never bet.
Yeah, he is.
I would never bet any money on Kyler Murray. I still can't get that playoff performance 3 or 4 years ago out of my head where he just quit.
Locker room cancer. I can't get the in-season hard knocks out of my head where he's burying everybody except himself for his play. JJ McCarthy's going to be with another team, and somebody's going to take a chance on him by midseason. I think they're going to trade him because he's going to demand to be traded. But man, I would slam everybody's money on that under for Minnesota. So I'll probably be wrong, but still, that's the one team that I am certain of in the NFC.
Well, 6-11 Minnesota Vikings or something crazy. It's gonna be something.
If
5-12.
Your 5'2" quarterback. Good luck with that. Boy, this is a division full of questions, isn't it? With Jacobs possibly going to be gone for a while for Green Bay.
Yeah, they just brought up like today. They were
he was like charged with a couple things.
Officially.
Keeping my gimmick alive, the Lions should be rewarded for cutting Terrion because he's going to be in prison by the end of the year. Doesn't matter how much production Seattle gets.
He's still got. Yeah, I was gonna say he's still got worked out by teams. I'm like,
doesn't matter. No, look, it's right for the team that has him to cut him always.
Yeah,
and it's not the worst thing for somebody to take a chance on him with incentives and stuff. Both Seattle and Detroit made the right moves here, in my opinion. I don't trust Jared Goff. And it's hard for me right now because I am sympathetic to the Lions. I think they should have won. They should have gone to the Super Bowl last year, or 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
2 years ago.
With the Niners.
Chicago's a question to me though, because I don't know how great they really are. They lucked out of some of those games. See the Cincinnati overtime thing where 3 defensive backs run into each other, so they win in overtime. They pulled shit out of their ass that you've never seen pull out of their ass. I like their coach a lot. I do.
Yep.
I think their quarterback's a little mouthy, but mouthy quarterbacks are sometimes good for the league.
Mm-hmm. They got 2 really good young.
Yeah.
They got Roma Dunze. They got Burden. Their tight end. They got 2 of them really, but Loveland is really good. They got decent running back with Swift. They're good.
I don't know what to make of Green Bay because their coach is prone to make dumb decisions sometimes, not often, but in crucial moments, yes. And they have a good front office. They do. They make good decisions and they do things. So I'm gonna hurt myself here. I think it's Chicago, Detroit, Green Bay, with possibly all 3 of them making the playoffs. And then Minnesota just yelling at each other, and you should follow Tyler Forness of Voices of Wrestling, who is also a beat reporter for the Vikings, for fun and games and watching that team implode.
Didn't those 3 make the playoffs last year? Wasn't that the 3 that made? Yeah, they all made it last year.
I don't believe did Detroit make the playoffs last year? I thought they.
Oh no, I don't think Detroit did.
Maybe. No, that's right. The Packers.
NFC West, the NFC West had.
That's right. The Packers snuck in at the bottom end there, and I forget. Yeah, Detroit. It's just. Are they the best team in the division? I don't know. Like you said, Goff, and ever since
Goff
he lost,
has flashes of brilliance.
Yeah, exactly.
And then just becomes dog shit.
And then I just don't know if that defense is going to be as good. So
yeah,
I would hate to pick the Bears to win this division as well, just because Bears fans. I live so close to so many Bears fans. They get all hyped up, and this is our year. We're going to do it.
The Indiana Bears. Come on, baby.
The Indiana Bears, baby. The Hammond Bears.
Don't get me started on that shit either. Ridiculous.
What do you got to get?
Because they're the Chicago Bears. They should be in Chicago. One of the absolute most historic franchises in the history of the league.
Illinois should be better with their tax breaks because Indiana
or
maybe
rich billionaire owners should pay for their own fucking stadiums instead of holding cities hostage.
I love
greedy fucks. Anyway, sorry.
Chicago, Indiana is coming, and it's going to be great.
So do I have to root for them now because they're in Indiana?
No.
Is that a thing?
No, you do not. That is not a thing.
But I think that they might be another year under Ben Johnson was not going to hurt Caleb Williams, right?
Like, I think Green Bay and Dallas are going to fight for that last playoff.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm with Jeff. I believe in Ben Johnson. Absolutely. Yeah. I think he's as good a coach as people think he is. I think just how good he is from an offensive standpoint. We saw the jump, even though they did get lucky. We saw the jump in Caleb. He looked less mistakes, less dumb decisions that he was making his first year.
Confidence in himself.
Correct.
Yes.
And he's all world talented. He can make all the throws on the run, in the pocket. He can run when he needs to. He's got young, talented studs all around him. The line is good. I expect them to be good. I expect them to win the division again. I do think the Lions will be better, and I have them in the playoffs this year. I think the Lions have the best player in the division. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is the best player in this division if you're talking single player. And then I do expect the Packers to hang around. I like Jordan Love, but I feel about Jordan Love the same way. I think people overrate him a smidge. But it is a good organization. They have their heads on straight. They don't really make bad decisions, like you said. So they're gonna be good. But I'm leaning Bears here. I think we're getting Bears, Lions 1-2 in this division. And the Packers will be right there, kind of hanging around.
I agree. Yeah, they're gonna be fighting. They're gonna be fighting Dallas for a playoff spot.
Yeah, yeah. And then we go over to the NFC South. Man, what's with the South?
Shit.
What's with the South, man? They're just all crap.
The absolute worst division in football.
Oddly enough, the tightest division.
Wait, you're not looking forward to that Carolina Panthers New Orleans Saints game to decide who goes 7-10
if
to
I
make
could
the
have
playoffs?
If I could have watched a game in the NFC South while having a root canal, and maybe I don't know, my fingernails yanked out at the same time. That would have been the perfect encapsulation of this nasty ass division full of dumbass teams.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
So Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the top, 8.5 wins, and then all the other three teams, the Atlanta Falcons, the Carolina Panthers, and the New Orleans Saints, are all coming in at 7.5 wins. The Falcons do have a new head coach. Stefanski went there. So he's the new coach for the Atlanta.
Who's the head coach?
Who I actually think is a pretty decent Todd Munkin from the Ravens.
That's right. I was getting I thought Stefanski left to go to Cleveland.
Yeah. I actually think obviously Cleveland's an organization. I think Stefanski's not like a bad coach. I think he just was on Cleveland. And it was what it was.
But he has a knucklehead organization now.
Yes, but and he, the Falcons aren't much better. I mean, everybody's better than the Browns from an organizational standpoint.
Yes,
but the Falcons aren't necessarily the cream of the crop when it comes to organizations. But I actually think Stefanski's a good coach.
Yes.
But I mean, I look at this division. I would have been riding Carolina if they didn't have all the injuries in the preseason, because I thought they were frisky last year and the end of the year before that. Because I do think their coach is actually not bad either. That Canales guy, I think he's okay.
Yeah, he's okay.
And Tyler Shuck was a lot better last year than I thought he was going to be.
He's a lot better than a lot of people thought he was going to be.
I think he could actually be a decent quarterback, but I think this is still the Buck. I know Mike Evans isn't there anymore. He's on the Niners, but I still think Baker Mayfield, this is the Bucs division to lose. It's just so bad that you can get in at 8-9 or 9-8 or 7. So I would have the Buccaneers still at the top here, but I think I would go Buccaneers, Saints, and then probably Panthers and Falcons would be my order. But I think it's still the Buccaneers division. But I think under 500 can win this division. So
I have the Saints winning this division.
That's fair.
This is the year where everything comes together for that organization, because they have a decent organization and they have a good coach.
Yep.
They just had young players, and we're trying to find who can play where. Tampa Bay. Todd Bowles should have been fired. I'm sorry. They need a new coach, a new system. I like Baker Mayfield personally.
Oh yeah.
That team leaves him out there to die though with that offensive line and him doing naked bootlegs and stuff.
Yeah.
He is amazing, and he is feast or famine. But there's going to be a lot more famine this year, and he's going to be looking around for help, and people are going to be nailing him for trying to make plays when he doesn't have anybody around him.
Mm-hmm.
Defense is okay, but they just overpaid for Villa.
Yeah.
So I think they are out of it this year, but they will be in second place. I think Carolina is due for. I'm not a believer in their quarterback. I'm just not. I think Andy Dalton played better for the Carolina team than their other quarterback. I'm not a believer in them. I like their coach. I don't think that's the guy to quarterback them. I think once they get a traditional pocket quarterback, they'll be fine. And the Atlanta Falcons. It breaks my heart because they have one of my favorite ex-Bengals in Jesse Bates III. They're playing strong safety, who is fantastic, and I want him back so bad, and since he's left, we've been dog shit in defense. You have two left-handed injury-prone quarterbacks.
Yep. Tua, baby.
Which means you have no quarterbacks.
Which means you have no quarterbacks, correct? Oh, Pluggo, you're learning. Oh, you're so good. I like you so much. Signing Tua was stupid. Tua is not an NFL quarterback. I like Tua personally, but I mean, Mike, did we not learn anything from Mike McDaniel putting all his eggs in the Tua basket and it being Tua's fault that they didn't do anything in Miami? Michael Penix Jr., I thought Cousins was the guy in Atlanta, to be honest with you. I never thought they should have benched him for Penix. Penix was too old when they drafted him. He had a bad injury when they drafted him. He still has that injury, and it comes back to haunt them in the legs. And he's not accurate.
And they took him in the top 10.
Yes, and they have. And look, I know that
They
this
have
is
more other needs than that.
Look, the offense will click a little bit better if they switch out quarterbacks because catching balls from left-handed throwers is different than catching balls from right-handed throwers. But it's still something that the offensive line has to get used to in terms of blocking schemes and the blind spots and stuff. I think Atlanta's in for a long season. I do, and I'm sorry to say that because I always kind of root for them to get their shit together. But Jesse Bates could come home and we could overpay him for his last contract in Cincinnati.
There you go.
We always root for Atlanta because they have like guys you like. You like Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, Bijan's
You
great.
like Drake London. You like Kyle Pitts for a while. But then
the black uniforms.
Yeah, the uniforms.
And the black and red uniforms. I think they're sweet.
There's so much stuff to love there, and then they're like, we're gonna kick the tires on Tua.
And it's always like
I hate to say it, is one hit away from being out of the league.
And their management, I mean, even when they had what's-his-face, who was the general manager, I want to say Rusov, it was a Russian last name.
Rusama, yeah. Rusama, yeah.
They tried, and they put money into the vision. Arthur Blank wants a winning team.
Mm-hmm.
It just never works out for him. And it's, I mean, like, you thought the defense was going to be all-world like a couple years ago when they got Bates and paid all that money for him, and they solidified that line, and that's when the offense started to stink. And now they've kind of tried to they've made bad decisions. So, I mean, Bijan's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have a quarterback who can make throws, it's
you know who the third string quarterback is in Atlanta?
No.
I do not.
Cooper Rush. Are you guys ready for some Cooper Rush game?
Cooper Rush is the miracle worker that gets one game a year and wins, and everybody goes, he should be somebody's starter somewhere. Oh, do you know who the backup in Tampa is?
No.
Jake Browning.
All right, there we go. He won some games for you.
He won some games for us, and then dropped off a cliff in that contract.
With Tua and Penix's injury history, I'm sure Cooper Rush is going to
get some time this year.
He's going to get some time.
All right, we head over to the last division, the NFC West. This one is the most top-heavy division as the Rams show up at the top with 11.5 as their over-under, and then both the Seahawks and the Niners come in at 10.5 each, and then way down below you have the Arizona Cardinals at 4.5. I think.
Can I just say really quick before we talk about it? Jacoby Brissett holding out is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Well,
it is.
Former Patriot legend right there. I feel like the Seahawks are getting disrespected a smidge. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. I know they lost Kenneth Walker, but they drafted that kid Price, who looks great, and everyone's saying really good things about him. He was the backup to Love, right? Is he a Notre Dame guy too, Price? Okay.
He split time. They were splitting time more and more.
Okay.
But he was the true backup. Love was the clear number one for sure.
I like their. You want to talk about coaches? I like their coach McDonald. I think he is as legit as it gets. Their defense is going to be stellar. I still, even though they won a Super Bowl and he got that monkey off his back, I wouldn't be hitching my wagons fully to Sam Darnold still. I'm sorry. Didn't look good in the playoffs, but he was good enough to win a Super Bowl when you have everything else around him. And they're still pretty loaded. So I feel like them kind of, I don't know. I feel like not enough people are giving them, but it does feel like the Rams.
But the Rams are the sexy,
the
flashy.
Rams,
they're like the Eagles, right? They're gonna do whatever.
They got the
takes.
MVP. They got the guy that everyone thinks
Aaron
is the best
Donald
coach.
might be back.
They got Myles Garrett now. Aaron Donald rumored to come back potentially at some point. You know, the Rams are loaded. I've always liked the Rams. I do like McVay. I do probably think he is probably the best coach or right near the top of coaches. But this is a loaded division. The Niners, though, I feel like could be in store for the season from hell. They already got a bunch of injuries next to that power plant or whatever the hell they're doing out there. Move your shit.
That's
Move
my
your shit.
favorite conspiracy theory. By
It has to be real. It has to be real. They fall apart immediately. Because they got radiation going out there. Their tendons are getting weak. Anyway. And then they had the whole thing with the coach had a controversy with the accident and not getting reported right. And the owner trying to get some whoopee in fucking East whatever, Ohio in a trailer. $150
is the going rate for a hooker. I did not.
Are you kidding me?
That's still too rich for my blood, brother.
Regular schmucks like us should be. That's not what you're a billionaire.
I looked for a flight.
Oh my God!
Sometimes you do what you got to do.
He's into the trailer park hookers. So
listen, man, it is what it is.
He wanted the authentic experience. Okay, he's like, I'm a billionaire. Yeah, I can get whatever I want, but I want to live dangerously.
And there's rumblings in San Francisco that Christian McCaffrey's kind of doing a hold in with, pulling the. I
got a strain.
The Al Cervic from Caddyshack.
Yeah.
Oh, my arm.
My arm.
My leg.
My arm's broken.
And I think Christian McCaffrey is underpaid for the amount they run him into the ground.
Oh yeah.
Is that true? Scott, the substation has its own X account.
Yes,
that's gotta be some funny shit. It's got to be funny shit.
But I am with you, JPJ. I think the Niners, between the coach getting in a car accident, between their owner being arrested, between their players, between them, they brought Debo back, didn't they?
They did bring Debo back.
Brandon Ayuk wants out.
Brandon Ayuk hasn't been around. Like Kittle's coming back from an injury.
Kittle's coming back, but Kittle's going to be the rock on this team.
Yes.
Kittle's coming back from an Achilles injury in January.
Everything else is going to be madness on this team.
They lost Juwan Jennings. He went to the Vikings, and he was a good receiver for them last year. They did draft that kid Stribling, who has been great in the preseason. They really like him apparently, but yeah, I just feel like everything has the dominoes have fallen for the Niners to have this random 7-10 or 6-11 down year. They're still good enough that they'll beat the shit teams, but
Brock will play half the season, get hurt again, and then
my boy Mac Jones going to be coming in cleaning up.
Who
Look at he actually won. He actually won. Yeah, he got screwed. It's not his fault. Bill fucked him over like you dream about.
Yeah.
But look at he actually won games for the Niners last year.
I'm dreaming about that Pluggo thing where Bill Belichick gets fired from Carolina because I ain't no fan of North Carolina.
I think that North Carolina Tar Heels. I just don't see it going well. For old Belichick.
Oh, really? You don't think the old curmudgeon that adults didn't like playing for? The kids.
I just think in this new era, college coaches get fired a lot more frequently, and I think it might be a parting of ways deal. Maybe I just don't see it. I don't know.
Starting from the bottom.
The Cardinals are clearly the bottom.
Arizona has a knucklehead management. They always have, and yes, Jacoby Brissett held out, so the gods will have to. We'll have to punish that. And then they spent their first-round draft pick on Jeremiah Love, a running back in this day and age.
Who's awesome.
Good. He's good.
Oh, and here's my thing.
In the pro game,
yes.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. And I agree with Jeff. This is not about the player. This is not about the player because the player is excellent.
I have a soft spot in my heart because my mom has to follow the Cardinals living in Scottsdale.
Yeah,
so it's
I don't
one of
think
those
you
things.
should ever draft a running back high.
No.
You want to talk me into a late first round guy? Cool. I'm cool with you. Want to take a guy
first,
20s,
early second?
Yeah,
if he's
20s, and that's cool. But taking a running back that early, I just think in today's game, you can take a guy that's going to be with you for the next 12 years as opposed to potentially 5 or 6, and find a running back that's not as good as Love, because he is excellent, but a running back that's going to get you what you need later on in the draft. I just feel like you shouldn't.
Fine on that team. I just know he gets hurt.
It's the Cardinals, and I do agree that they have a lot more need. So that was kind of a luxury pick when you
look at Love is going to be great.
It.
Like, he's going to be potential rookie of the year. He's going to be great.
You better hope he's great, because you have
first, I had to have him in the Dynasty League.
And the other 3 teams have good organizations, and that's a problem for the Cardinals. But the Niners are going to have hard times, daddy, as Dusty Rhodes would say. But my shot call is that John Lynch makes the trade to go to number 1 somehow and gets Arch Manning next year for the draft.
That's fair.
Because I think Purdy's on his last legs, and I don't think Mac Jones is going to be their answer at number 1. They're gonna want a franchise quarterback for at least Kittle's last hurrah, and possibly the last legs of Christian McCaffrey, if he's still there. That's it.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say, I know obviously it's a quarterback league, and quarterbacks always get taken first in drafts. But I think if you have the number 1 pick next year and you are not taking Jeremiah Smith, you are
fair.
Morons. You are morons. Apparently, like, if he comes out, but
he will.
But regardless of that, I do think the Niners would be in play to make a move to jump up to wherever they need to get that young quarterback. But I think this is the Rams and Seahawks. They're going to be battling out all division wise.
And look, all these NFC West games late last year were just fantastic, weren't they? I mean, last play of the game. I mean, the Amazon people were just dancing a friggin' jig for these Thursday night games that ended on the last play. That said,
we got a lot of good Thursday night games, which was not always the case. We used to get some real duds.
That said,
so it's nice to see.
Sam Darnold is the wild card here.
He is Sam Darnold.
Is he Trent Dilfer, Brad Johnson? Maybe. There might be some feedback from the football gods about signing Terrian, but I think the Seahawks still finish second to the Rams. I think the Rams are the class of the NFC this year, especially if they get Donald back. Myles Garrett, and it's not necessarily that they have the best personnel. They just have the best coach in the league, I think.
Yeah.
They have a good front office who will support them. They have good schemes. They make great halftime adjustments. I still think Cooper Kupp is a beast for those Seattle Seahawks, though.
And they obviously JSN.
How smart he is. And
JSN obviously as well.
But I think I think Hard Knocks is going to tell you that the Seahawks are a little better than they are, but they're still great. But I have the Rams winning this division and probably winning the NFC.
Yeah, I'm with you there too. Outside of Puka could keep his head on straight, that'd be.
Is it straight? Yeah. I don't know if it's straight, but look at on the football field, he's as good as it gets.
If you can get there, yeah. But I think it's the Rams all day. And I think it's it's Rams Seahawks and a big drop off after that.
Yeah. My hot take with the Rams is by middle of the season, I think Blake Corum overtakes Kyron Williams as the starting running back for the Rams. I think they kind of swap roles.
Let's hope not for the old fighting
all right, so
Pluggalos.
let's stay in the NFC. Let's talk playoffs. Let's talk NFC Championship and Super Bowl team for the NFC. Then we'll go back up to the AFC. I have the Eagles winning the East. I have the Bears winning the North. I have the Rams winning the West, and I have Tampa winning the South. And my 3 wild card teams are the Dallas Cowboys, the Detroit Lions, the Seattle Seahawks, and the Green Bay Packers. So that is my playoffs. And then my NFC Championship game, I got a rematch, dude. I got the Eagles and the Rams. I think those 2 teams are levels above everybody else. I could see the Bears making a run, though, if they kind of take a level up from last year. But I got Eagles, Rams, and I have the Rams in the Super Bowl for the NFC.
Okay, for me, I have East is the Eagles, North is going to be the Bears, South is going to be the Saints, and West is going to be the Rams. My 3 wild cards are going to be the Sea Chickens, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Detroit Lions. And I have Rams Seahawks for the NFC Championship. I have the Rams winning that.
I like it. Pluggo, what say you when it comes to the NFC?
Real quick, am I reading this stat correctly? The Miami Dolphins and Cleveland Browns combined in all of their preseason games have combined for 27 points.
That's
probably right. Yeah.
That's fucking wild. I got the the Patriots. Oh, we're in the NFC. Sorry.
I like where your head's at, though. I like where your head's
I was trying to decide between the Patriots and the Bills there.
Yeah.
I like Philly. I like Chicago. And I like New Orleans and the Rams.
Okay. So you have the same as Jeff as far as division winners go. What are your 3 wild card teams?
The Packers, the Lions, Cowboys.
Okay. So you have
that sounds crazy. I don't have Seattle there. Never mind.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Seattle.
Take the Packers out of there. I got Seattle. We just talked.
So we have the same.
Yeah,
so
you and I have the same. Yeah,
right,
I think the Packers might fall off a cliff here without Jacobs too. That might be too much to overcome with that offense. So
running back.
But I just mean like they run a lot through Jacobs, and last year he did a lot for them in some spots where he's like they needed it.
Look,
I don't know. It's a tough division.
Not a star receiver by any means, but Romeo Doubs was a solid receiver for them too. That is now with my team. So I think, and they didn't really replace. I know they got Matthew Golden, who they would expect to kind of fill in and be a big deal for them. But yeah. And Tucker Kraft is coming off an injury. He's a great player, but he's coming off an injury that derailed most of his season last year. So, all right, your NFC Championship, Pluggo, and then your Super Bowl representative in the NFC.
It's the Rams. They're winning it. They're winning
Who they
the whole
playing?
thing. Who are they playing? Oh man, the Eagles would be a lay it pick, right? Can we go Rams Seahawks in the NFC Championship
there
game?
you go.
Let's do that.
You guys have the same.
Let's do that.
All right. So
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the Eagles do. The Eagles could be right. It could be the Eagles interchange.
All right.
But I'll go Rams. I like the Rams this year.
That's fair. All right.
Jeff, I'm with you, Jeff.
We head on over to the AFC. Obviously, the New England Patriots are going to win the AFC East. Duh. I have the Cincinnati.
Said the Buffalo Bills wrong.
No. I have the Cincinnati Bengals winning the AFC North. I have the Houston Texans winning the AFC South. I think their defense is just stellar. And then I have the Denver Broncos winning the AFC West. And then my wild card teams are the Buffalo Bills. The familiar faces, I'm sorry, guys. The Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Kansas City Chiefs are my wild card teams. And my AFC Championship game is I have the New England Patriots against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Shocker.
Yep. And then I think my New England Patriots will be returning to the Super Bowl to take on the Los Angeles Rams.
Hold on. Who do you have as the 1 seed in the AFC?
The 1 seed, I have the Bengals.
Oh, fuck me.
I don't want to give you that. Hopefully you don't look at that as bad luck. Hopefully you don't look at that as bad luck. But I have the Bengals as the 1, the Patriots as the 2.
God. Could you imagine the amount of pressure that would... Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I think if Burrow stays healthy, I think they can... honest to God, I like the defensive moves you made trade-wise.
Yeah.
And I think your problem has always been keeping the quarterback healthy and your defense. I think if you can keep the quarterback healthy, I think you did enough on the defense that your guys are going to be all right. Your coach is a concern to me. But,
a bit. Same here.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. AFC East is going to be the Patriots. AFC North is going to be the Bengals. He says, knowing that the football gods are laughing at him right now, but yes, the Bengals are going to win the AFC North. AFC South, I have the Jaguars. And AFC West, I have the Denver Broncos for my wild cards. Oh, the Baltimore Ravens, the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to pick the Raiders.
Wow, that'd be something. Tom Brady leading them to the glory.
Maybe he'll come out of retirement and just play that.
They'd win 12 games.
AFC title game, I'm going to go Bengals and Broncos.
Okay, I like that.
Ooh.
But where's the seeding? Is it in Cincinnati?
I don't
Where do you have
so.
the Bengals seated?
I had them at 2 originally.
Okay. Who's the number one? Denver?
I think Denver is the number 1 because I think their division's going to be rough, but they have an easy schedule, I think, too, if I'm not mistaken. But I have the Bengals going. I'm having a rematch at SoFi, baby. I'm having Rams Bengals.
There you go.
And I don't know if I go this time.
Maybe they'll bring back Dr. Dre and Eminem as well. Just run back that halftime show as well.
Yeah, I don't have full faith in that AFC pick, but I think if there's going to be... These are the types of years where after a few years in the desert, the Bengals just make a run. And if they get into the playoffs, there's nobody I trust more than Joe Burrow. That dude's a shark in the playoffs.
Yeah, he is. If he's, I'm telling you, he is the one guy.
And if Mahomes ain't there, it's
that's
Burrow,
what I'm saying.
Man.
So right now, when I look at the hierarchy of the AFC as a Patriots fan, if I'm like, okay, if we're in the AFC Championship, who are the guys I'm most scared of playing? It's Mahomes and Burrow.
Yeah,
those are the 2 guys I don't want to be near. I'll take my chances with Lamar. I'll take my chances with Allen. I'll take my chances.
Mahomes because of his team around him.
Correct.
Burrow just because that dude is unflappable.
Mahomes to me is like he's what Brady. Like you don't. No matter if the team is 10-7 or 12, you don't want that guy coming into your yard because he can do it. He's that guy. He's Brady. He's Steph Curry and the Warriors beating the young Celtics in 2020. That's what it is. He's that guy.
It's playoff Brett Favre.
And Burrow is just a stud. When it comes to games that matter.
The most mentally tough quarterback I've ever seen.
Without question. And that is how I feel when it comes to the AFC. Pluggo, your picks, and then we'll talk Super Bowl.
The Bills win the division.
Wow.
Man, losing right away.
Wow. The disrespect of James.
It is.
I just had to.
He's only saying it because it's me. He doesn't want to,
I know.
We all can't 3 agree on it. I'll take the Patriots to make the wild card out of there. I got the Bengals coming out of the North with the.
You assholes are tempting fate. I hate.
Yeah, we are with the Ravens also.
I might have put money on that Bengals over.
I got the Jaguars and because I think the Jaguars are just the best team in that division. That's not great overall. And then I've got the Chiefs and Denver coming out, but I'll take Denver to win the division. Chiefs is the wild card.
All right, who's the AFC Championship?
Oh my God, that's tough, man.
It is.
The Bengals and the Bills.
Okay, I like that one. That'd be a nice one. That'd be a good shootout.
Where are they playing?
Yeah, where are they playing?
Oh, Buffalo.
Okay, so do you have you have Buffalo?
Them in Buffalo.
No. It would be Cincinnati because I think Cincinnati's
don't do
better.
That to me.
You're right. All right, we'll go with the Buffalo Bills and the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Bills and Rams. That was the Super Bowl pick I had last year. That was my Super Bowl pick last year.
I don't know. The AFC. I will say this. To be fair, the AFC is a little bit more wide open.
Yeah.
Yes.
The NFC.
Maybe I did Bills. Did I do Bills and Eagles last year? I might have done Bills and Eagles last year.
I think we both did Bills. Or no, I did.
It was either Bills and Rams or I know I picked the Bills to win the Super Bowl.
I'm only doing it.
Going to do it.
I'm only doing it because JPJ does not need any more of a big head with his Patriots.
Well, my big-headed ass, I'll start it then. Because my New England Patriots and Drake May on an MVP season, which he should have won last year, on an MVP season are going to defeat the Los Angeles Rams in the Super Bowl. I think A.J. Brown, he will be happy because he has a quarterback that could actually throw the football on his team this year. So he will be happy.
Did Will Campbell's arms grow longer?
Will Campbell's been good. He's been one of the highlights of the training camp. We'll see. But I think A.J. Brown on the offensive side brings us to a level. And Romeo Doubs. I don't think enough people are talking about Doubs. We are infinitely better in the receiver room than we were last year. I would have kept Booty. I don't like how they traded Booty. I would have kept Booty to be on the team still. I don't like to trade
Booty either.
I like Booty. I think you should always stick with Booty. But I think A.J.
likes Booty.
$140 Booty. in East Palestine, Ohio, baby.
Is that with a tip or without a tip? Do you tip?
Hope he's leaving her at 200. I hope he's leaving her 200. But anyway, he can afford.
Get yourself a new trailer. Huh?
He can afford. I have the Patriots. I think the A.J. Brown addition on offense, and then a lot of things on the defense. We had an underrated signing. He's older, but Kevin Byard is a great player. He played for Vrabel at his height in Tennessee. He was good for the Bears last year. I think adding him to the depth of the safety room and just, and I think Christian Gonzalez is going to play contract or not. I think they're going to end up signing him right near the start of the season. But I think he's going to play contract or not because technically he's under contract through next year. So the holdout would really be happening next year if it got to be that ugly. I just think the record will not be as good, but we're going to be a better team at the end of this regular season than we were last year. And I think if Drake May can somehow in his third year go up a level, this shit's over, dude. He was insane last year, man. Playoffs, not so much. That's where he needs to prove it. But he was insane last year. And Go on, that's it.
It will be a rematch in SoFi. Will be the Los Angeles Rams versus the Cincinnati Bengals. All the talk will be, will Joe Burrow be able to overcome the ghosts of Super Bowl past when they stole a Super Bowl from Cincinnati with a shitty holding call on 4th and 12, I think, by Logan Wilson, which was a ticky-tack foul. The answer is going to be no, because Aaron Donald's going to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rams are going to beat the Bengals and break my heart again.
That's fair. If Aaron Donald comes
Hopefully
back,
from the comfort of your own couch instead of paying all that money to see it.
And Myles Garrett's going to ring, which is going to freaking screw with me.
Yeah. Pluggo, what do you got? You got Bills?
I got the Rams winning the Super Bowl this year. I just like the team overall. Like you said, I think they got the best team top to bottom, and they got organizationally, they'll go get whatever they need to get to make it happen.
It's weird for me because I find Matthew Stafford both overrated and properly rated at the same time.
I think, I think you get the Super Bowl.
And then he rides off into the sunset as a Super Bowl champion and retires at the end of this year.
Gets his second ring, kind of solidifies himself as one of the greats, like kind
Elway
of thing.
Style,
But Joe Burrow wins MVP of the Super Bowl.
That'd be something.
I think.
I think if I know I picked Drake May and it's homerish, but I think if Burrow stays healthy,
homerish. It's all Homer, bro.
They were there last year. How is that a homer? They were in the game last year.
No, but the way you do it is very Homer.
Are they what? Why is it very Homer? Because I have them in the game they made it to last year.
Yeah.
Look, you're going down the wrong road here.
Jeff has his Bengals in the Super Bowl. Is he a homer?
He's definitely a homer.
Well, yes, I am. But I openly admit that I'm a homer.
I pick the Bengals every year on this show when I come in. Do you know who I am?
Not before last year. And last year I didn't. I picked the Bills. I picked the Bills to win the whole thing last year. I didn't pick the Patriots. But now that we got it back to last year, even though it was a year or two early, that's where they are now. That's the expectation, and they're better this year.
I take that back. I picked the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl last year over the Eagles.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I do like the Bengals, though. I know that probably doesn't. I don't know if that makes you feel better or worse.
I am.
When more people,
I'm pretty excited for the Dolphins, man.
When more people like your team, you don't like that. Are you one of those?
I'm one of those. When things are going well, I start to worry.
That's fair, but that's because of past trauma.
Yes, but also most of my sports fandom recognizes trauma. I was a Buffalo Sabres fan. I still get nightmares about Brett Hull's foot in the crease. I was a Phoenix Suns fan, and I still have nightmares about John Paxson hitting that wide open 3 on Barkley. And I was a Milwaukee Brewers fan as a kid, and Game 7 losing that one. So, and 3 Super Bowls by the Bengals, losing mostly in the last minute.
Yeah,
I have nightmares about sports. When things are going well, I start going, maybe I shouldn't watch because I'm going to jinx it.
Yeah.
I've tried not to listen to preseason talk because a lot of it has been, Oh, Joe Burrow sending a message that he wants out. I don't believe that. I think he wants in on this year, and he wants to see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's all in on this year, and I think he's happy with the moves they've made.
You should.
We just have to see if the team on paper is the team on the field.
Yep. I'm excited. Football is back. I know for you college football heads, it's back as early as this weekend. I know there's not a ton of great matchups, but next week, week 1, they usually go balls.
TCU versus North Carolina doesn't wet your beak there, but
no. Yeah, I mean, sure.
NC State versus Virginia, baby.
There we go.
Come on.
USC takes on Hawaii. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Let's go Rainbow Warriors, baby. Pull off the upset.
Is that game at midnight Eastern or midnight Pacific? Because if it's not, it should be. I love those Hawaii late night games.
No, it's actually Virginia. NC State is the big UNC TCU. No, actually, I lied. It's USC versus San Jose State.
Okay.
Hawaii takes on Stanford.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Andrew Luck running the Stanford program over there.
Hawaii's going to beat Stanford. It's going to be crazy.
That'd be fun. But as always, when it comes to football time, and we'll have Jeff on probably a few more times throughout the season to kind of check in and talk wrestling too.
How heavy am I drinking during the Bengals
season? Exactly. So we'll probably
check in live during the Thursday night Bengals game, and he's just
sleeping on the couch.
The Thursday night Bengals game this year is New Year's Eve.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, well.
That'll be fun.
Ringing the New Year with the dove.
Are we ringing in the New Year with the beards? That's fair.
Probably
against the Ravens.
We'll see.
That's a good one.
We'll see. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
I don't understand how calendars work.
No. But always, and the North Carolina TCU game apparently is in Ireland.
I know you get to whoop Bill Belichick's ass overseas. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, all right.
TCU.
Rock and roll. But anyway, we're going to get out of here. Jeff, always a pleasure having you join us whenever we do, but especially when we're talking some football and giving some football picks. Let the people know what you got going on and where they can find you.
At Crap Game 13 on X. I do the Dynamite show over on Fight Game Media about 20 minutes after Dynamite goes off the air, myself and Paul Fontaine. I just shuttered Shake Them Ropes, which I've done for about 14 years. Don't know if it's coming back, but add it to your feeds. There'll be something there eventually. I think once I'm done with a vacation, I figure out how to repopulate it. And also, Paul and I do a show called The Music Nerds.
Hell yeah.
It usually releases Sunday or Monday. It's just about music. And, of course, this week we're going to be talking a lot of Dolly Parton.
Mm-hmm.
And our homework was comparing Broadway musicals to the movie versions of those musicals in terms of soundtrack and which ones are better. So we've done that for homework. Yeah, we're about 8 episodes in. It's a fun talk. 2 Canadians, 2 Americans.
Nice. I like that. Pluggo, you know the drill, brother. Do the damn thing.
I'm Pluggo. You search Pluggo. I show up on all your social media platforms every Thursday night with JPJ. Go to @B2Beards on all social medias to find out what we've got going on there. I do a weekend show with Blair Pacheco of the Grainmaker Wrestling podcast called For Exposure, where we talk independent wrestling. There will be no show this weekend. We're taking the weekend off, but make sure that you tune into future episodes of that. Dynamite's up on Wednesdays on Body Slam with JPJ and Drew Nicholas as we talk AEW Dynamite. And I contribute over at the Main Event Wrestling Network as well.
Hell yeah. You can find me right here. JPJ Loves Gaming. He told you where you can find me every Thursday. That's right here, 8 p.m. Eastern on Love Wrestling Between Two Beards. Wednesday nights, like Pluggo said, also me and him get together with our pal Drew Nicholas right after AEW Dynamite, whenever that goes off the air. They said the main event was at 9:40. They were like main event time last night. I almost fainted. I was like, what? This isn't going until 10:30?
Yep.
What? But no, we do Dynamite Up, a post show over on bodyslam.net. And then Sunday afternoons, Fightful Overbooked, noon Eastern, me and Auntie Collins do a show called Coast to Coast, where we talk pro wrestling, we talk baseball, reality TV, a little bit of everything over there. So that's where you can check me out. I also contribute to the Main Event Network Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. I do Kayfabe Coffee, the Morning J edition with JPJ, where we talk some more AEW Dynamite and AEW in general there. So that's where you can find us. Jeff, thanks again for giving us a lot of your time tonight. We appreciate you a lot. Everybody in the chat, thank you for hanging out and contributing like you always do. You all know the drill. Until next week, Say hi to Sue. Peace out.
Hi, Sue.
Hey there, Pluggo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue, and I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. You know, get a grip. You have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you two beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves, or I'm going to cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer going to get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being fans. Watch yourselves. Knock it off.